All right, that should set us up. I think we're rolling. Oh shit. All right, well, there's the check, and we are hot. Welcome everybody to a brand new NFL season here in 2025. Steelers Jets come to you from Old Rutherford. The hell is Old Rutherford? East Rutherford, New Jersey, as we're the Steelers gonna open up this season. I think definitely going to be an interesting one getting into this. We'll see. We'll see exactly how this goes. But I have very mixed feelings going into the season. If I'm being 100% honest, I feel like this is a season that's either going to go really well or really poorly. But looking to be just kicking off in the next 5 minutes or so. You will notice new background, new setup. I'll be looking over your heads a bunch if you are watching live. But yeah, just getting, just diving in, obviously, to this first game of the season. I think, there's a lot of question marks around both these teams. I think that kind of starts with the quarterback position. Of course, you got Aaron Rodgers against Justin Fields in swap scenarios from the teams they were playing on last year. Of course, these two did not face off last year as quarterbacks because by that point in the season, it was Russell Wilson, the starter of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So ultimately, gonna have to see what goes on there. I think Justin Fields is gonna be very hard to contain, and I think both quarterbacks, especially, has something really to fight for. I think on the Steelers' offensive side of the ball, I think the main question is going to be how does the O-line perform? I think that the O-line going into its second year is going to be a very big thing. Obviously, we have the weakness at wide receiver, with only DK Metcalf being a more proven commodity. And obviously, he's had a little bit of downtime, of down years in the kind of past couple of years. So obviously, there could be some differences there as to exactly what goes down. But I think it'll be interesting to watch. I think that the depth that we have at tight end could really make up for that. Obviously, made the trade for Jonnu Smith, which wasn't really a massive fan of. But obviously, you have Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington in there as more kind of standard to be expected tight ends. You've obviously also got Connor Hayward in there as that bit more of a utility piece. So you can kind of move him around, have him as fullback, have him as a tight end. And so I think it's going to be really interesting to see, especially early in this game, how the offense is deployed under Arthur Smith. I think the pass rush for the Steelers team obviously going to be a big factor in this one. I think there are going to be some questions about the secondary. Obviously, the Steelers, you did bring in Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay, who, again, should provide some good veteran resources, a bit more veteran depth in that position. But I think, especially when you are looking at some of this, I think there's definitely a question mark at safety. Obviously, with the trading of Minkah Fitzpatrick back to the Dolphins for effectively Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. I think that was definitely one of the more questionable Steelers moves of this offseason. So we'll have to see kind of what happens there. I think there's definitely there's a bunch of question marks on this team that you have to keep in mind as we dive in. In terms of the Jets, I think it's the same thing where there's a whole bunch of question marks. I didn't do too much scouting of the Jets beforehand for this game, so I can't speak to exactly how they are. Obviously, you have the likes of, outside of Justin Fields, you have Garrett Wilson, you have Sauce Gardner as the guys to take a look out for. Breece Hall as well, I think has the chance to be really threatening. Obviously, with the Steelers missing our rookie defensive tackle, whose name is escaping me, out of Oregon. We are professionals. Not really. We do this for fun, but looks like we're just about to get into it. I am going to be a little bit delayed, just due to, there's going to be some stream delay. I'll try and give some time syncs. If you are willing and able to do that, definitely would appreciate that. But looks like we're about to get kicked off here in a few seconds' time. As I'm looking at the Jets come out of the tunnel. Why does it look like that's in slow motion for some reason, and I don't know why. Okay, because they're doing the intro there. Oreo checking in from Oregon, and we don't know. Derek Carmen, thank you, Oreo. I don't know why that jogged my memory, but it did. But then again, you're an Oregon State fan, so that'll do some of it if I'm remembering correctly. So I don't blame you for not knowing Derek Carmen's name. After all, I didn't there briefly, so ultimately, not gonna worry there. I guess to kind of give a little bit of a look into hopefully what I'm playing. I'm going to try to do as many Steelers games as possible, obviously with life stuff. Not always going to be able to get it done, whether it's, traveling or other commitments. But I'm going to do as many as possible, and then I hope to do every Monday night football game this year, again, within those same kind of parameters. So if that interests you, definitely would appreciate hitting that subscribe button down below. You also see me go live with a couple of other more random stuff every once in a while. Sometimes it'll be some more, online racing stuff. Goal is to maybe branch out as well. So we'll see how exactly some of this goes. But again, still waiting to get underway here in the next few minutes. And we'll have to see exactly what happens. Still at commercial break here. I guess it gives me time for a final score prediction. I'm picking the Steelers every week, even if I don't think they're going to win, because I'd feel like a bad fan if I didn't. But in terms of a final score, let's go 24-20 Steelers. I think that it's not. I don't think we're going to see. There might be a couple of shootouts in this slate. I know obviously on Thursday and Friday saw, we'll say 3 teams with good defenses, because the Cowboys defense was Micah Parsons' list. But we've seen a lot of penalties in there. I don't think with an Arthur Smith offense or with recent history with a Steelers offense, you can really expect too high of a score. We'll go Steelers 24, Jets 20 as the prediction. And we'll see how that lines up. We're getting set to kick off here. It will be the Steelers kicking away. So Boswell going to get set 66 degrees in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A bit of rain before kickoff. Plenty of towels down in the lower bowl. It's a solid split between Steelers and Jets fans today. So a good bit there. So it will be Chris Boswell kicking off. It will be kicking off from right to so Jets will be moving from left to right, kick fielded inside the 2 and up to the 20, the 25, the 30, about to the 35 before he is wrestled down. I believe that may have been a Landon Roberts potentially on the tackle, number 50 for the Steelers on the coverage. But a good return for the Jets, so we'll get our first look at Justin Fields and this new look Jets offense under their new head coach. Definitely a lot to do here in their first game of the season. Fields, of course, coming in with a 14-30 record as starting QB. A lot of that coming at front as quarterback of the Chicago Bears. Motion to the left, going to be a handoff to Breece Hall. Running to the left, going to cut it up over the 40, first down, up over midfield to the 50 before he's taken down by Jalen Ramsey. That's going to be a pickup of 13 there on first down. And the Jets offense getting right to work as Breece Hall gets ready to rumble. But just a little bit of a zone concept, just able to kind of find a way to slip through. And Jalen Ramsey having to make a big stop there. But not what you want to see on this first play from what I believe still is the most expensive defense in the NFL. Fields out of shotgun now. Hall lined up to his right, 2 receivers either side, motion to the near side. Going to be another handoff to Breece Hall, this time running left again. And this one's going to be a pickup of 8 as he rumbles up and over to the 40. So running to the left. Definitely an early go-to for this Jets offense. First, taking a look quickly at Aaron Glenn on the sideline, who is quickly trying to establish this run game as the Jets' rushing offense, second worst in the NFL last season. So Aaron Glenn, I assume, looking to change that identity, especially when you got Breece Hall and Justin Fields providing that two-headed potential attack. Going to be an offset eye here. Fields going to be handing it off once again. This Hall able to get away from a couple of guys in the backfield. Going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be third down and about 1 foot. Tackle by Highsmith on that one. Again, going to be third and inches here. But I think with Breece Hall and with Justin Fields providing a potential two-headed rushing attack, providing some really nice option scenarios, that's definitely going to be something to watch out for today. Fields under center once again. Hall remains the single back. Steelers showing blitz at the line. Fields with a QB sneak. He's going to pick it up. He's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards there, actually, as he slides to the right and falls forward. Found a nice push through, and the Jets continue to roll here on their first offensive drive of the game. And I think big heads-up play there. I believe that was Patrick Queen who ended up making the stop. But again, remains not a good start for this Steelers offense. Fields now out of the pistol. Gonna do a quick check at the line. Play clock winding down. Working now from the Steelers 33. Fields takes the snap. 1-step drop. Gonna look to his left. Fires. And it's his first completion of the day. It's gonna be out to Garrett Wilson. Deshaun Elliott going to be credited with the tackle as Garrett Wilson slid to make the catch. But just a quick little out route there. Going to be a nice pickup for Wilson. And it's going to make it 2nd and 2. But again, this Jets offense getting into a rhythm early is not what you wanted to see. 2nd and 2 now from the Steeler 25. Motion on the far side. Hall up the middle. Going to pick up a first down and get into the red zone. Is going to end up getting to about the 19 before he's taken down by Patrick Queen. And again, this is not a good start for this Steelers team. Really need to see this defense start to pick it up a little bit. Obviously you want to see the run defense be a lot better, especially considering that, this Jets O-line really wasn't all that last year. Fields going to go under center. 3 wide receivers bunched to the near side. Still on the hash. It's going to be a handoff to the right. Not going to go anywhere, though. He's going to fall forward, maybe pick up about half a yard. It's going to be Watt and Highsmith combining on the tackle. DJ checking in. Hopefully you're doing well. But TJ Watt doing a nice job. Alex Highsmith probably more credited for the tackle, but TJ Watt able to find his way through the line, force Hall a little bit back to the inside. And that's a half tackle for Watt and Highsmith. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 here. Once again from the Steeler 19. Fields out of the gun, running back to his right. Going to be a handoff up the middle, and he's going to go nowhere again. And that's another tackle for TJ Watt, and that's another tackle for loss. As the Steelers defense starting to hold firm now. As it looks like TJ Watt starting to find a bit of a rhythm. Looked to be a bit of a read option there, and Field just not quite picking it right. TJ Watt sniffing it out, able to make that tackle, and that is a big stop for the Steelers defense. That should make it 3rd and 10 here. Fields out of the gun. Going to be a quick check at the line. 2 wide receivers to either side. It's going to be the tight end, though, up to his left. It's 31 up. 31 look. Going to be a handoff up the middle, and this tackle now going to be made by Patrick Queen and TJ Watt. Not Breece Hall on that give up the middle. I'm going to make it 4th and 7. I imagine we're going to be seeing the field goal unit here for the Jets. So, it will be 4th and 7, and there is the Jets offense coming off the field. And so it'll be Nick Folk looking to put it through for the Jets. Going to be a 35-yard attempt right down the middle. Snap is down, hold is down, kick is up, and the kick is good, and that'll make it 3-0 for the Jets. So not the way you're going to want to have seen this game start if you're a Steelers fan, as the defense seemed to get picked apart pretty quickly there in some of that open field running. But, I think ultimately, good to see a good few tackles for loss there. Obviously, T.J. Watt getting in the game on back-to-back-to-back snaps was very good. And ultimately, he held the opposition to only 3 points, which, it's not 0, but it's not 7. And we are now going to a brief commercial break. So we got a second here. Also gave me a chance to update the score. We're also going to go ahead and change this to not 00 at this point. We'll just change it to a standard 0 here, just because that's kind of frustrating me a little bit, if I'm being 100% honest. Going to commercial break after that opening drive touchdown. Guess kind of does give me an opportunity to potentially look at some stats. But yeah, Breece Hall, 3 carries for 31 yards on that drive there. Obviously, you don't want to see that. The other running back who we saw in there, I believe, was Isaiah Davis, was their third down running back. Braylon Allen, number 0, also somebody to keep an eye out for in that run game, and we'll see how some of that continues. And obviously, we'll get our first look at this new Steelers offense. Or, I guess fairly, I don't know if I want to say new offense. Yeah, DJ, I think the Jets looked very solid on that first drive. Obviously it's a lot of running to the left, which is what you do against the Steelers. You do not run the ball at T.J. Watt. But it looks like we are coming out of commercial here. So about to get our first look here at Aaron Rodgers, who did not play at all in the preseason. Of course, looking at a quick slideshow showing the Jets last season with Aaron Rodgers as their starting quarterback, ending 5-12. So Aaron Rodgers on what is a little bit of a last ride here. 9:15 left to go here in the first quarter. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, I think, this is the kind of side of the ball that I'm a little bit more worried about. Is the Steelers offense against the Jets defense. Kick is away. Steelers going to be moving from right to left, fielded at the goal line, going to be returned to the 10 up the near side, 20, stumbles, 25, and up to about the 30. I believe I heard Ben Skoranek was the name of the man on the return. And so Aaron Rodgers will take the field. And Steelers going to go ahead and huddle up. And you can hear, I have the in-game audio in my right ear here. And the Jets fans are letting Aaron Rodgers know just how much they don't appreciate his most recent season. But going to be 1st and 10 here. Aaron under center. Going to be going to fake the handoff. Has to step up, and he gets immediately sacked. Aaron Rodgers sacked on the first Steelers offensive snap by, I believe it was Sherwood and Quinnen Williams. As Jets bring in pressure, and yeah, it is Quinnen Williams who will get credited for that sack. Oh boy. Well, that's not good. I am already very concerned here. It's going to make it 2nd and 14 now from the Jets, from the Steelers 25. Is that DK Metcalf in the backfield? Did we just hand the ball off to DK Metcalf? He's going to rumble up for about 4 yards there. Was that DK? I swear DK Metcalf. Who's 14? DK Metcalf was 14, right? Oh, no, DK Metcalf was 4. Apologies. That was, I believe that was, that may have been Caleb Johnson getting the handoff. It'll make it 3rd and 10, and the Jets' defense is going to be loud. It's going to be 4 receivers to the near side for Steelers. Rodgers alone in the backfield. Jets showing blitz here. Actually, I believe that's maybe Kenneth Gainwell. Play clock winding down. Rogers takes a snap. 4-man rush. Delayed 5th man. Going to be over the middle. Pat Freiermuth picks up the first down as Aaron Rodgers finds his tight end for the first time today. And the Steelers doing a nice job to convert on a 3rd and long there. Just a quick little over-the-middle route from Rodgers. Good read. Good grab from Freiermuth, who does have enough to pick up that first round. Just a couple of slants. Finding that one-on-one route and picking up that first down. So good to see Freiermuth on the board. Rodgers going to go under center here, now working from the Steelers 40. Rodgers under center, motion to the near side. Going to be a handoff running left. Going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And Jalen Warren only going to get back to about the line of scrimmage. So that'll make it 2nd down and 10. I think it's going to be Riggs making the tackle on that one. So 2nd and 10 here. But not seeing as much Steelers run game as I'd maybe like. Obviously, that play action on 1st down not going the way we would have hoped. But we'll have to see. And, of course, Jalen Warren not getting off to the greatest of starts. Rodgers out of the shotgun now. Going to take a 3-step drop. Looking over the middle. Fires. Dropped by DK Metcalf on a drag route over the middle. So that's not good, and that's going to bring up another 3rd and 10. And yeah, DK Metcalf, that's a terrible drop from DK Metcalf. Just hit him right in the hands. He looked forward too soon. Had about a yard, at least a step or two on the next closest defender. And that's going to bring up another 3rd and 10. So again, working from the 40. 14 is Kenneth Gainwell. So I'll keep that in mind. A little bit of motion at the line. They're going to reset to 3 wide receivers on the far side. Jets showing blitz from the far side. Rodgers fires complete. This time it is to Metcalf, who's going to make a man miss. Up over the 50, the 45, to the Jets 40. As DK Metcalf making up for that drop. Picking up a nice 20-yard gain. Good work from the Steelers' pass protection in order to pick that up as well. And DK Metcalf doing a nice job making the man miss and blasting up. That's going to be actually about 20 yards on that reception as he gets up to the 40. And so the Steelers offense maybe starting to find a little bit of a rhythm of their own now with a little bit of this quick passing game. As Jets bringing a big rush off of the far edge. And it was a good pickup from Kenneth Gainwell to give Rodgers the time to find Metcalf. Rodgers once again working under center here on 1st and 10. Now working from the Jets 37. Takes a snap. He fakes the handoff. Rodgers going to dump it off here. Going to find, I believe that's Jonnu Smith, who's going to rumble up over the 35, down to the 31-yard line. And that is Jonnu Smith. I believe it was Williams. I believe it was Leonard Williams on tackle. I believe is the Jets linebacker. I believe Quinnen is the defensive tackle. It's going to make it 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain on 1st down. So staying on rhythm, which is good to see on that tight end screen. Clock down at 5:06, 5:05 to go in the first. Rodgers in the gun. Going to be handing it off up the middle. Going to be in pickup all the 1st down to the 25-yard line. Good work from Kenneth Gainwell there to find a hole and pick up that 1st down. Going to be a 6-yard gain there. So, and some good blocking there. Good work from Seumalo, the Steelers' left guard, to open up a lane for Gainwell to find a way through. Rodgers once again working out of the gun, this time from the Jets 25, having to check at the line. It's going to be 2 wide receivers to either side. It's going to be 22 personnel, so 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends for the Steelers offense. Rodgers checking at the line once again. Play clock winding down. 7 seconds. 6, 5. As Steelers looking. Rodgers takes a snap. Going to be a toss to the right for Gainwell. Going to be some nice blocking going to break down a little bit as Gainwell had to cut back up inside. It's only going to end up being a pickup of 2 yards here. So Gainwell have seen a lot more, rushing touches than I kind of expected. I expected him to be used more in passing situations. Actually going to make it a pickup of 3 here Going to be inside the Jets' 23-yard line. Rodgers under center. Motion going to be coming to the near side. It's Calvin Austin, who's going to head back. Play action. Rodgers going to be looking for the dump off. Going to find him. And Ben Skoranek into the end zone for the first Pittsburgh touchdown of the season. Rodgers to Skoranek for a nice score. And despite a little bit of misses in there. Where's my towel? Damn it. Woo! We got 6 as Ben Skoranek. Definitely not on my bingo card for the Steeler with the first touchdown of the season, but just wide open. Able to find a nice little busted coverage. And Darnell Washington, Ben Skoranek, and Calvin Austin on a nice little levels concept. And Skoranek rumbles into the end zone. It's going to be Chris Boswell lining up for the point after attempt. Snap is down, hold is down, kick is up. And it's drilled right through. And with 2 drives in the game, it's quickly become 7-3 in the Steelers' favor. And Aaron Rodgers has his first touchdown as a Pittsburgh Steeler. So with 3:38 left to go in the first quarter, it's a good start from the Steelers' offense. And that'll take us into another commercial break. But again, definitely what you'd want to see out of a first drive. To hold judgment a little bit, I think there was definitely some mixed things that happened there. Obviously, those first 2 drives definitely needed to get a little bit lucky to convert 2 third and longs. But I think, it's definitely one of the reasons that the Steelers brought in Aaron Rodgers is to have that kind of veteran presence in those scenarios. And ultimately, that's what made the difference there. And the Steelers quickly taking the lead, so we'll go back to that Jets defense. I'm going to grab a beer because we scored a touchdown. Also, ignore my pasty legs as I run to get a beer. Also, the benefit of a small apartment is that I can walk, one room over and go get a beer. But yeah, definitely the kind of start you be liking to see. So, salud, or whatever you want to say. And we'll crack into this one. And there we go. Come on. Ultimately it does mean that I have my beer on the floor, but we'll figure it out. The goal is to not spill suds on the floor. Or beer, because beer is good. Following Tom Grassi's lead a little bit of a beer per touchdown. But yeah, enjoying it. We are coming out of commercial break here. So we are lined back up to get back underway. 3:38 left to go in the first. As, again, good, I feel like not the greatest start from the defense, allowing points on that first drive. We'll see if they can adjust on this second one. And definitely good to see the Steelers offense cash in 4 points on this first drive of the game. The kick is away from Boswell. Going to be returned from the 5, up on the far side. Going to be cutting it back to the near side. 10, 15, 20, 25. 30, 35, 40. Stumbles at the Jets' 45. And it is going to be recovered by the Jets because there was, I don't think he was touched down there after that slip. Oh boy. All right, so Steelers special teams. What are we doing here, guys? Oh boy, that came very close to not being good. But Jets do jump on it, and it's going to be another short field scenario for this Jets offense. Fields out of the gun, running back lined up to his left, 3 wide receiver to the far side. Now fake the handoff, rolling right, going to be pressure from Highsmith. Fields spins away though, going to be scrambling away and going to escape. Going to pick up 2 yards before he's forced out of bounds by Deshaun Elliott. But that play action pass for the Jets breaking down pretty quickly there. As it was Alex Highsmith, wide receiver having to block Alex Highsmith. Certainly not a good plan there, but Fields doing a nice job to escape and, forced out of bounds eventually by Deshaun Elliott. So 2nd and 8 here as we approach 3 minutes left to go. So it'll be 3 minutes, 2:59, 2:58, 2:57 left to go in this first quarter. Fields fakes the handoff, going to be thrown to his right to Garrett Wilson once again. And it's that same 8-yard out, quick 8-yard out route that we saw on the first drive of the game. So that's something that either they're going to continue, this Jets offense is going to continue to use as the Steelers corners continue to give Garrett Wilson some space, or something that we could get burned on if they kind of fake that out route and end up going deep to him. So that's definitely going to be something to watch over the rest of the game. But that is enough for a Jets first down into Steeler territory. Going to be 1st and 10 now from the Steeler 45. We're just short of it. Fields in the pistol, takes snaps, going to be handoff to Hall, running left, going to be met in the backfield, not going to be tackled, can somehow spin away and pick up yards. And again, this Jets defense turning what should have been a negative play into a 2-3 yard gain. Deshaun Elliott ended up picking that up. I believe that was Jalen Ramsey just missing out on what would have been a big 4 or 5 yard loss as he almost caught Breece Hall in the backfield. But that'll make it 2nd and 7. Apologies. It was Darius Slay with the attempted tackle in the backfield that just couldn't quite get a hold onto the Jets running back. Fields in the gun. Hall lined up to his left. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Fields takes a snap. Throwing left. Going to be Hall. Going to be a pickup of about 5 yards as a fairly nice tackle there by Patrick Queen tracking on that quick halfback swing. We'll make it 3rd down and 2 on if Patrick Queen missed there, would have been a very big Jets play. But Jets upping the tempo here. Fields in the gun. 3 wide receivers bunched to the near side. Hall lined up to Fields' left. Fields takes a snap. It's going to be handoff up the middle to Hall. It's going to be enough for a first down. It's going to be a pickup of, we'll call it 3.5 yards there. Peyton Wilson in there on the tackle. Patrick Queen was there. Slay was there. I believe Highsmith was there as a horde of Steelers in there on the tackle. And also, I think the Jets realizing that Steelers defense maybe not at full speed there as you get Jack Sawyer in TJ Watt's normal spot. Jets making a check at the line on what should be the last play of this first quarter. Going to be gun deuce, wide receiver run lined up to Fields' right. Fields takes a snap, drops deep. Going to be looking deep towards the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson working on Darius Slay. As the Jets going to work, Darius Slay finding as Steelers look to go cover 0 there as Fields finds the man deep. And that was just cover 0, and Garrett Wilson just able to get a bit of a burn on Darius Slay on not too dissimilar from that touchdown Ben Skoranek, or not too dissimilar a route that Ben Skoranek scored. And that'll put the Jets in front here with 25 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Oh, boy. Well, that's not how you want to see this continue, and I haven't even finished pouring my beer yet. Looking for the point after. Snap, hold, kick is going to be no good. So it's going to be 9-7 here. There is a flag down, though. So we got our first flag of the game. There's an illegal formation on the Steelers because we had too many people lined up on one side of the line, so the Jets are going to get another go at this. Oh my God, are you serious? You gotta be kidding me, guys. Are you serious? Oh my God. What the hell are we doing? I feel like we got an illegal formation on a PAT. Are you serious? Jets now going for 2. And this is not a good situation with both Fields and Hall as potential backfield options. Obviously, got Garrett Wilson in there, who showed he was big. Obviously, Field picked up 5 yards in that sneak earlier. Oh boy! All right. So it's going to be a 2-point conversion from the 1. It's going to be another. I believe another gun. Actually, no, it's not gun deuce. It's 3 wide receivers. It's going to be 2 to the far side, tight end, and wide receiver to the near side. Wide receiver to the near side is Wilson. Going to be a quick motion. Going to be handoff up the middle. Did he get stonewalled? No, they stopped his forward progress. That's no good. So Steelers defense manages to hold. So it does remain 7-9. Ultimately, the illegal formation will not matter. But so at least some positives there. But this was part of my concern about losing Minkah Fitzpatrick is plays like that when Darius Slay unable to track the Jet star wide receiver, and quickly it'll become 9-7 Jets. Well, that put a damper on things. Definitely not super happy with that. I didn't even take Garrett Wilson in fantasy, just because I was unsure about the Jets. I think I had an opportunity or two where it would have made sense, but that is disappointing. Special teams, I think, needs some of the special teams needs to get their stuff together. I think that the defense needs to wake up. I don't know what's going on here. I guess it's something I didn't go over, but I guess we can now, especially now that it's maybe proven to be a little bit of an issue, is the kind of age of the Steelers secondary, specifically at corner with Slay and Ramsey. I think is definitely a little bit of a concern. I think especially showing there on that deep connection between Fields and Garrett Wilson. But we are at commercial break right now, so we'll be back just shortly, and it should be just 1 or 2 plays before we reach the end of this first quarter. But, it's not good, Chief. I think, Steelers definitely missing, at least, potentially Derek Harmon. Obviously, we're not going to get an idea of just how good he is on the Steelers defensive line until we get into some of the actual games, but he was very solid in training camp. Obviously, the Steelers rookie dealing with a knee injury. Should hopefully be back, maybe next week at the earliest, but I imagine Steelers won't try to rotate him in until week 3 or 4 in this one. Taking some quick looks around, I believe, New York City. I'm trying to remember if it's definitely a weird-looking part of New York City. But we are coming out of commercial here. 25 seconds left to go here in the first stanza of play. And score, Jets 9. Steelers 7. Kick is away. Going to be fielded at the 5. Going to be returned up to the 10. Up the middle. Going to cut it to the far side. 15, 20, 25. Oh, and that ball got knocked loose. Steelers able to dive on it at the 27. So who was that on the return? Was that Caleb Johnson? I think it was Caleb Johnson on the return, just getting that ball knocked loose. Just helmet right to the football. Good heads-up play there by Darius Slay to dive on the, or by 23 of the Steelers to dive on the football. Rodgers isn't even asked. The Jets just suck. So far the Steelers' defense hasn't been great either. Rodgers out of the gun. Warren lined up to his left on what should be the last play of the first quarter, working from their own 28-yard line. Jets going to show blitz. Fields quickly out to the left side to Metcalf, up over the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Metcalf down the sideline into Jets territory, down to the 45. That's a big wide receiver screen for a first down as Metcalf gets a rumbling on a nice little read from Aaron Rodgers. Metcalf once again making a Jets player miss, making 2 misses. He got past the safety as well as the big man went rumbling, and he'll pick up the first down. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. as both offenses have been surprisingly good today. That will move us, though, to the second quarter, as we'll go to another commercial break. But good to see for Metcalf to be showing up early, as he does have a nice gain there. I believe, because it's 28 to the other 45. So it's going to be a pickup of, I believe, 27 yards on that screen. But a very nice pickup. Yeah, once again, going to commercial. And that gives me time, luckily, to enjoy a beer. But, I mean, first quarter definitely, no punting in the first quarter definitely is not how I expected this to start. I think that's about it. I think that's about all I have to say about the first quarter. Yeah, I definitely want to see a bit better from the Steelers defense. Honestly, yeah, I think TJ Watt showing, especially on that first drive, massive fight in the Commanders-Giants matchup. Ooh, I'm going to have to give that a look. I don't know if you have a quick clip that you can send to me, Alexis, but we got what is that, our third fight so far this NFL season? Hell yeah. I'm definitely going to go check. Let me check. Where's the game day chat? Week 1 game day chat. I don't know if there's clips there, but we'll see. I tried to find it. I'm not going to, though. We'll see, though, exactly what goes down here. But again, I'm still at commercial here, waiting to head into the second quarter. The Cowboys-Eagles ones were insane. Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit between Chiefs and Chargers as well, with that defensive tackle giving an open-hand slap. Or, I mean, I don't even want to say open-hand slap. It was an open-hand punch to Travis Kelce. And then I think he proceeded to use that open left hand to break up like 2 or 3 passes over the course of the game. So that left hand was a good thing it didn't get him ejected, because it was still pretty useful over the rest of that football game. But it looks like we are coming to the start of the second quarter here. And Steelers going to be working now. The Jets didn't. Oh, the Jets handed out flags. Apologies. I thought they handed out towels for a second. So we'll see exactly what happens here. But yeah, 103 yards for the Jets, 102 for the Steelers so far in this one. Rodgers going to be under center. It is going to be a deuce look, so 2 tight end and a wide receiver each side, and a lone back in the backfield. Connor Hayward going to go in motion to the far side. Rodgers going to fake the handoff. Going to have to step up in the pocket. Going to have to escape to his right. Going to throw away towards the right-hand side. That might be an intentional grounding. Okay, I guess they're somehow saying Aaron Rodgers was outside of the pocket there. That's a missed call. Yeah, that's a missed intentional grounding for these referees. Rodgers was still inside the pocket. There's no way he was outside the pocket there. So Steelers locking out. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Jets 41. Going to be tight end in motion to the near side. Going to make it 3 potential receivers to the near side. Rodgers out of the gun. Quick check at the line. Running back lined up to his left is Gainwell. Takes a snap, hands it off, running right. Gainwell going to try to bounce it outside and going to go nowhere. He's going to lose a yard there. It's going to be back to the Jets 42. And it's going to be Carter II on the tackle there. As we take a look briefly at Colts Dolphins, Daniel Jones finding a man down the right-hand side, and the Colts up 10-3 over the Dolphins, as they've got a nice start there. So it's another 3rd and long here for the Steelers. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Gainwell going to be in the backfield. They're going to spread out. I believe that's 2 receivers to each side. Gainwell going to go. Actually, sorry, it's going to be 3 potential receivers to the far side. Rodgers takes snap, finds his man. It's going to be a quick screen. Going to be only to Jonnu Smith up inside the 40 and down to the 37. I'm going to be in a bit of, I guess they were saying in a bit of no man's land here. And it looks like it is going to be the Steelers field goal unit coming out onto the field. So I believe going to be 4th and 6, 4th and 7. So it will be Boswell here. I believe it'll be about 51, 52 yards here for Boz with his first. Sorry, it's 56. Kick is away, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Field goal is good, and Boswell puts the Steelers back in the driver's seat and gets the Steelers into double digits, and that'll make it 10-9 that was about a 55, 56-yard attempt from the right hash that Boswell put just about right down the middle. So with 13 minutes and 26 seconds left to go in the half, it's Steelers 10, Jets 9. Man, Daniel Jones revival. I mean, the dude was a Pro Bowler 1 year. I'm not sure how much that's worth to you, but he was a Pro Bowler 1 year. I don't know what else to say from that. But, yeah, Daniel, I believe it was to Michael Pittman was the completion there for a 26-yard touchdown. Colts as well, they showed a graphic on TV. Colts, I believe, are 0-12 or 0-12-1 in their last 13 opening games of the season or something. Which is a hell of a stat. Or 0-12-1 in their last 13 opening games of the season. I'm not sure if that's just home openers or just openers in general. But we'll see if they can break that. And I think that the Dolphins give them a decent shot because I think the Dolphins could very well be in contention for the Tank Bowl this year, the number 1 overall pick. I think they're like down in that. I think they very much have the possibility just because of how porous that defense is. And outside of, Tua's all right. Obviously, you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle who are really good. You have Devon Achane who could be good. But they just have so many holes. Alvin Kamara has no energy left and is still getting touchdowns in 2025. Did he really? I feel like Kamara is one of those guys where he's not going to be putting up all the rushing stats, but he's like there consistently, like as that potential kind of check down option to go to, just because he kind of provides that kind of extra option in that game where, he'll pick up 3 or 4 receptions for 25, 30 yards and maybe a touchdown in there, even if he's not, maybe he's not rushing for 100 yards a game. But we are back out of commercial here, getting ready to get back underway. And the Jets set to receive again. And hoping here that this Steelers special teams unit has a better showing on this return than they have on the first two. We're going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line on the far side. Going to be up over the 20-25. Going to be tackled this time just over the 30 by the touchdown recipient, Ben Skoranek. Doing a nice job there to grab that grab that touchdown and also make that tackle. So Justin Fields and this Jets offense going to come back out onto the field. Both quarterbacks doing fairly well so far. Fields an efficient 4 of 4 for 54 yards and that touchdown to Garrett Wilson. Rodgers 6 of 8 for 98 and that touchdown to Saronic. But Fields out of the gun, receiver in motion to the near side. Going to be a handoff to Breece Hall running. Going to be kept by Fields, who's going to escape to the right. Going to pick up about 6 yards. Actually, I think they're only going to give him about 5 yards there before he's forced out of bounds. And there's our first look at Fields in the running game. And it's a Kamara 18-yard rushing touchdown, Alexis. Apologies for that, as that just popped up on the broadcast. It's actually going to be 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 as we go 13 minutes, 12:59, 12:58 left to go here in the half. Looking at Tanner Engstrand, the Jets offensive coordinator, of course coming from the Lions as their passing game coordinator the last 2 years. Fields out of the gun, running back lined up to his right. Going to be a fake the toss to the right. Fields looking, going to be firing for his running back, but going to be broken up. T.J. Watt getting a hand to that football as he was looking to his right. And that's going to be knocked away there for an incompletion. As, T.J. Watt doing a nice job first pass breakup on the season for the Steelers' star edge rusher, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 4 here. Jets doing a nice job here, averaging only a 4.7 yards to go here on 3rd down. This is, of course, their 4th of the game. They are 2 for 3 on the day. Fields out of the gun, 3 wide receivers to the near side as Daniel Jones picks up a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Fields drops, surveying the field, firing, complete to his tight end. That's going to be just enough for a 1st down. Ramsey almost getting to that football. But it's going to be, I believe that's Darius Ruckert doing just enough to pick up 4 yards there for the 1st down. Both Highsmith and Ramsey almost getting a hand to that ball to break it up. But Ruckert doing a nice job to make that catch, fall forward, and pick up that 1st down. So Jets going to continue to operate here. 12:05, 12:04. Fields in shotgun, running back line to his right, 3 receivers to the near side, motion to the near side, and it's going to be another quick dump off to Breece Hall. He's going to rumble up over the 50. He's got some running room, 45, 40, 30, down to the Steelers' 25 as a quick little running back screen there to Breece Hall. Continues to let the Jets go to work here. As Jets have a nice little play call. TJ Watt just not quite able to make a shoestring tackle, and Hall having a whole bunch of blockers there to allow the Jets to continue to roll here. Fields once again out of the gun. Now from the Steelers 25, going to be a handoff up the middle to Hall. Only going to be a pickup 2.5 yards here before he's taken down by, I believe that's a combination of TJ Watt and Yahya Black making the stop. So that'll make it 2nd down and 8. Carolina and Jacksonville both tied at 3 as well as a score update. Cincinnati and Cleveland, surprisingly, tied at 7. Atlanta up 7-0 on Tampa. A whole bunch of these games also in their 2nd quarter. 2nd and 8 now from the Steelers 23. Going to be a tight end in motion. He'll stay on the far side. Fields in the gun. Going to be a handoff running right is Fields. Going to find the edge. 20 down to the inside the 10. As Fields showing his legs a bit. And again, that's going to be something that the Steelers, especially struggled to stop in last year's playoff game, was that run game. And this is why I wanted Fields back, because he provides that extra mobility there. As, Porter not able to quite get to him. TJ Watt not quite able to set the edge. And it's going to bring up 1st and goal now for the Jets. 6 plays, 60 yards on this one for the New York offense, as they've gone to work very efficiently. Under 3 minutes this drive length so far. Going to be 2 in the backfield this time. They hand off up the middle to Hall, there's going to be Braylon Allen who's going to find a lane, and I think he's going to be pushed in here for the touchdown. Yeah, it's a Jets touchdown. That's Braylon Allen on a 10-yard rushing score. What is this? Is this defense, where is this defense? As Jets go back-to-back, marches down the field to pick up big touchdowns. And this Jets offensive line, which wasn't the greatest last year, doing a really nice job in this one of opening up holes and just able to kind of go to work. That's a touchdown. Braylon Allen finds the lane to go on the board. Jets going to be going for 1 here, trying to go up 6. 7 plays, 68 yards, 3 minutes, 17 seconds on that drive. So Jets finding a quick answer to the Steelers' field goal. Snap is down, hold is down, kick is up, and this one is good. So that'll make the score 16-10, New York. As 5 possessions, 5 scoring drives with 10:03 left to go here in the first half. Is this defense going to wake up? I really hope that this defense wakes up at some point, because I don't love how this start has been. I think Fields is showing one of the reasons why I really wanted to hold on to him this past offseason, and it is that mobility. When you can, you design a little bit around it, it can be really deadly. And I think, despite that O-line having some question marks, I think having that potential two-faceted run game with Fields and Hall, I think is really dangerous. And I think the Ravens, with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, have potentially really set a precedent, set something there to copy. Um, and I think to a similar extent, you've got Hurts and Barkley on the other side of the state in Philadelphia. But back in the commercial here, will be this job of the Steelers offense to come back and formulate a response here. And definitely not how I expected this game to go. Definitely expected this game to be, more of a tighter defensive game rather than, oh hey, there's 10 minutes left to go in the first half and 26 points have been scored. But the Steelers defense needs to wake up for one, because the Steelers defensive performance has been pretty bad. Obviously, no penalties, but just the Jets offense has been able to move basically with impunity. I think that largely needs to be stopped. You need to be stopped. So we'll see how that continues. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Of course, Steelers 10-7 last season, before crashing out in the wild card round. 28-14 final score against the Ravens last year. I really don't think exemplifies how dominant a game that was for the Ravens. Steelers, no playoff wins in almost a decade is a stat. But the kick is away. So Steelers going to be getting the ball back, going to be fielded on the far side at about the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Going to be tackled at about the 28-yard line as this Jets special teams unit having some great coverage here. So yeah, again, going to be on this Steelers offense to go back to work. But yeah, Aaron Glenn's guys are doing a really good job here in this first half. Again, you can have a lot of points of view, lots of feelings, but once you're on the field here, it's when stuff gets proven. Skowronek going to go in motion to the far side, going to be a handoff to Jalen Warren. He's going to try to find the edge. He's going to spin, only pick up about 2 yards. The Steelers really not finding any penetration in this run game. Going to be only up to the 30-yard line, and that'll make it 2nd down and 8. But I think that there's. I feel like this Steelers squad is decent, but I don't know if it's been showing it as good. Gainwell now going to be in the backfield, lined up to Rodgers' left. Going to be, I believe, 3 potential receivers to the rear side. Gainwell going to go in motion to Rodgers' right. Rodgers takes the snap, drops, looking to his left. Going to be a shovel pass to Gainwell, and on a nice little, Gainwell not able to pick up too much. He's going to pick up 4. So that'll make it 3rd and a more manageable 4 as the Steelers find half the distance. But yeah, I guess some of Andrews Pete is a Pro Bowler. All right, so I guess we have Andrews Pete in there as I believe Andrews Pete is a backup on the O-line. Steelers going to move in formation. Gainwell going to move into the backfield of Rodgers' left. Metcalf in motion to the near side, makes a trips bunch to the near side. Play clock winding down. Rodgers checking at the line. He's got to do so quickly as the play clock winding down, working from their own 34. 3rd down and 4. Gainwell in motion. Rodgers takes a snap, surveying, looking, firing, pumps. Going to be sacked again. Back at the 29-yard line. And Rodgers sacked for the 2nd time in this game. It's Will McDonald, the 1st-round pick, finding home. That's a good bull rush, good coverage. Just nobody able to get open. And yeah, Broderick Jones just not able to hold off Will McDonald for long enough. I'm going to bring up the Steelers' first punt of the game. So 7:52, and the punt is away. Fair catch signaled at the Jets' 25-yard line, and that's where Justin Fields and the Jets offense will start back over with a 1st and 10 with 7:47 left to go when we come back. So that's, yeah, not great here. Definitely not what you'd want to see. Is the Jets force that quick 3 and out. So definitely not too happy about that one. As again, we do go back to commercial break here. God damn it. Oh boy. Well, that's not good. I guess, gives an opportunity to once again check a couple of scores around the NFL. Obviously, you had so you got the Falcons 7-3 up on the Buccaneers and driving. Penix 7-11 for 106 and a touchdown. Bengals trying to get driving against the Browns, but that game tied up at 7. Colts up 17-0 on the Dolphins, just taking over from their own 12-yard line. Raiders and the Patriots knotted up at 7, but Patriots working in the Vegas red zone. Cardinals up 10-7 on the Saints, with the Saints with the ball at midfield. Obviously, Steelers just punting away to the Jets. You can see that score just up at top of the screen there, 16-10, New York. Commanders 7, Giants 3. Giants with the ball deep in their own territory. Jags 10, Panthers 3. But that game is delayed, I'd imagine, for weather being down in Jacksonville. And Jacksonville driving deep into Panther territory. As Colts are definitely cooking here. Daniel Jones, 10-12 for 150 yards and a touchdown, and I believe a rushing touchdown in there. Also, I'm glad I took Tyler Warren because he has 3 catches. He is the leading receiver in that game with 3 grabs for 43 yards so far. But I mean, I think we'll take a look at stats from this game real quick. Rodgers 7-9 for 102 and a touchdown so far. Fields 6-7 for 91 and a touchdown. But the big difference has been that running game. Steelers only running 6 times for 14 yards so far. Jets, on the other hand, 15 rushes for 80 yards. And that has been a big and clear difference in this game. Has been how good that Jets rushing attack has been compared to the Steelers. Receiving, DK Metcalf is the leading receiver with 2 grabs for 54 yards on 3 targets. Garrett Wilson, though, not far behind with 3 for 49 on that 33-yard touchdown. Breece Hall also with a what ended up being a 33-yard grab on that big screen on the Jets' last touchdown drive. But it's going to be Braylon Allen this time in the game at running back. Fields going to be in shotgun with Allen lined up to his right. Receiver out wide to the far side, being brought in motion tight. Receiver now going in motion from near the far side, making it 3 receivers to the right. Fields going to drop Steelers, bringing pressure. Fields over the middle, fires, finds his man. It's Garrett Wilson again. Porter Jr. in coverage, and that's going to pick up a quick first down. As Fields doing a nice job at absorbing the pressure there. Braylon Allen as well doing a nice job to move over. As Patrick Queen was quickly closing in, but again, good protection from this Jets O-line early in this game. Fields out of shotgun once again. It's going to be 3 wide receivers to the far side, 2 bunched out beyond the hashes to the numbers. It's going to motion the tight end out towards there. Going to be motion, going to be a run up the middle. It's only going to be a pickup of 2.5 to 3 yards depending on where they spot it. So it'll make it 2nd down and 7. I think the Jets hopefully going to be trying to work this out. And this Steelers defense has not been good. But Jets going to be a tight formation here. Going to be a receiver in motion to the near side, making it 3 receivers to the near side. Going to move that same receiver back in motion to the far side now. Going to be, and as Justin Fields gets absolutely lit up for a tackle for loss on that read option by TJ Watt. Oh, wow. All right. Well, the bad news on that play is Deshaun Elliott is in a lot of pain there. There's Deshaun Elliott up in a lot of pain, and that's really bad news. And he's pointing to his knee. He was able to stand up on his own, and he's now walking off under his own power. But yeah, I think Deshaun Elliott. Oh, yeah, that's not good. I think it's just very uncomfortable there. Oh, wait, no, Breece Hall did have the football there. So Breece Hall did have the football. Weather delay? Yeah, I believe that one's a weather delay. So, yeah, it looked like Justin Fields had the ball based on how much TJ Watt just absolutely laid into him. But it will be a 3rd and 9 here from the Jets' own 38-yard line. Fields in the gun, receiver being brought in motion. Fields drop 4-man rush for the Steelers. Fields dropping, going to be scrambling, going to look, fires over the middle. How is that ball caught? Can we break up a pass and not try and go for the big play, please? Fields finds his man. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 into Steelers territory. Come on. It's a great pass as well. Fashanu with nice protection as well, keeping TJ Watt away from Justin Fields. And that's another big 1st down for this Jets offense. 5:15, 5:14 so far to go in the 1st. What are we doing here? Tying in motion to the far side. I believe we have a timeout for the Jets before delay a game. Actually, no, we do have delay a game on the Jets. He's not even getting that much. I think he's getting like 30 a year. Like, he wasn't a bad passer with it. Like, we just didn't show it. I don't feel like we didn't give him an opportunity to show it with us, is the thing. Like, I feel like we saw, like, these flashes here. And I think, especially because he's in a situation with that first-year head coach who has a lot of faith in him, Fields up the middle, going to pick up about 7 yards there on a QB draw, working back inside the Steelers' 40. Like, I think it's 30 a year from the Jets. And it's like I would have rather had Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers because we're seeing some of those aspects of his game. It's also going to be a pickup of 6. They're going to call it 2nd and 9. Now working from the Steelers' 38. But yeah, like I don't understand why Fields under center here. Hall is going to be the single back. Going to motion into the eye for the Jets. Going to be a handoff running left. Breece Hall going to find a lane and is going to pick up a 1st down as he once again continue to reach that 2nd level. Juan Thornhill eventually making the stop. This defense has been fucking awful so far. Like, pick Jamar Chase and now he's thinking it up. I mean, I'm glad I didn't take the Steelers defense because this has been horrible so far. We're just getting absolutely torched in the run game. 3rd down and 1 here from inside the Steelers' 30. Going to be a handoff up the mid. No, it's going to be Fields on the keep. Sawyer going to get. I believe that's actually no, that's not Sawyer. That's Peyton Wilson who will be credited with a tackle for loss as Fields slipped down back at his own 33, 34-yard line. As a good read there from Peyton Wilson to go ahead from the Steelers' inside linebacker to be able to contain that run. Jets actually keeping the offense on the field here on 4th and 5. So 4th and 5 from the 33. Oh my God, and the Steelers having to call timeout here. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God. It looks like the Jets are going to be bringing out Nick Folk here for a field goal attempt with 2:59 left to go in the half. Oh my God. I really appreciate it if we stopped getting massively gashed. Oh boy. I mean, I feel like we definitely need points before the half at this point. Because if we don't get points, this game quickly feels out of reach with how this defense has been playing. Ugh. And of course, that does burn a Steelers timeout. So Steelers down to only 2. It's going to be a 51-yard attempt from the left hash. Snap, hold, kick is going to be good. So he's going to find it, and that'll make it 19-10 Jets, and it's now a 2-possession game. And so any half where you give up more than 14 points as a defense, frankly, you're playing like utter trash. Like that can't be, and maybe it's just my defense loving heart, but you can't be affording giving up that many points just because that's not something you can do. Emeka Egbuka, did Egbuka find the end zone? Hey, I took Baker Mayfield in the league, so I'll take that. Egbuka would have been somebody that would have been very happy with the Steelers selecting, just kind of due to a lot of our weakness in wide receiver depth, especially at the time of the draft, because that George Pickens trade, we were either going to trade him this offseason or lose him for nothing next offseason, especially after acquiring DK Metcalf. So Egbuka would have been somebody that I would have been very happy with selecting. Obviously you're hoping Derek Harmon comes back healthy at some point this season, but ultimately not very good. Not very good. And so, we'll see the Steelers offense go back to work. I gotta say, this Steelers, I've been surprised at how really shaky the Steelers O-line has been. Like, I feel like the Steelers O-line is a lot better. Like, we should be, I feel like we should load up in the eye or something and be looking to go off of that. But we just keep doing these, single back looks. We haven't seen any, heavy personnel sets trying to really get the run in. I don't think I've seen any Darnell Washington. Which, I want to see Darnell Washington not be just, somebody that we just throw in when we're in the red zone. But, there could obviously be a difference there. We are coming out of commercial here, 2:54 left to go in the half, and is very much on the Steelers to respond. 2:54 now as we look to get back underway. Kick going to go to the far side, going to be fielded in the end zone for a touchback, so the Steelers going to be starting over from their own 35-yard line. Jets been getting a nice bit of pressure. Quinnen Williams has been very good, just kind of pushing up the middle. I think it's been Roger. Yeah, Roger Jones has been the one that's given up both sacks so far. So if you're looking, and I think that second one, less of a, that's definitely your fault for Roger Jones, but he's definitely the one who gave up both of those sacks. The Steelers' first-round pick and new left tackle after the departure of Dan Moore. Definitely is not what you want to see. But on 11 dropbacks, Rodgers sacked twice, hurried 3 times, knocked down 3 times. Double motion to the near side as we are finally looking at some Darnell Washington on the field. Rodgers going to fake the handoff to Warren. Going to be looking left, firing up over DK Metcalf. Did Cross-Game Merritt do something? Nice. Can we run the football instead of overthrowing people, Steelers? I'd appreciate that. Joe Burrow also finding Noah Fant will give Cincinnati a 14-7 lead. Steelers now working out a shotgun. Rodgers is going to be Jalen Warren lined up to his right. Looking for the hard count. 2nd and 10 from their own 35. Rodgers takes a snap, drops, surveying, stepping up in the pocket, firing, caught! And it's Calvin Austin down in the Jets' territory, down to the 35-yard line, as Rodgers with a nice find to a wide-open Calvin Austin. And that picks up a big Steelers first down, and Calvin Austin is on the board. Rodgers, that was with pressure in his face, too. It was Troy Fatanu who gave up a big pressure up the middle as Rodgers having to step up there. As again, the pressure that we're seeing, not a super big fan of, but working now from the 35 of the Jets. Rodgers' 8th completion so far today. He's got Warren lined up to his right in the gun, 2 tight ends to the near side. Going to be a handoff to Warren up the middle. He's going to get up over the 30, and that's the first, we'll call it the second solid Steelers run of the game. And that's going to be good for about 7 yards. So we'll call it 2nd down and 3 as we roll down to the 2-minute warning. So the Steelers offense looking to get a response going as we get back on the move. But we will, once again, go back to commercial break. It means I can continue drinking beer, which I've been talking so much I really haven't drank any. To Spotted Cow. Thank you, Wisconsin. You're great. But yeah, definitely, I feel like it's been good to see, oh God, Alexis, what happened? Alexis, don't worry me like this. I see you in chat, just tell me what's happening. Unless it's just Daniel Jones scoring another touchdown, in which case it'll be like, oh, okay, the Dolphins' defense sucks. Oh my God. Kyle Pitts exists? The tight end Catnip has done something? Holy shit, did he get a touchdown? If he didn't get a touchdown, nobody cares. So, let's see the stats of that Falcons game while we have a quick second. Let's see. Bucks, Falcons. Kyle Pitts is not the receiving leader. Bijan Robinson is the receiving leader. As I believe he must have had a long receiving touchdown. All right, let's see. Let me guess. 1 catch for 4 yards. Sorry, 1 catch for 12 yards. So he has been given the ball. So at least that's something. But 1 catch for 12 yards is hardly like, oh, vacant. Guess what happened territory. I guess that's better than some games for him. I feel like there's a good chunk of games where he really doesn't do all that much. But yeah, definitely good to see him starting to do some stuff. And yeah, I guess we'll carry on here. I assume we're going to be coming out of commercial right now, which we are. Taking a look at the New York City skyline. 5th year breakout, yeah. Yeah, he fell from some people's 1st round picks to some people's 3rd round picks, and then somehow stayed as a potential 3rd round pick, and now he's like the 2nd tight end that you pick after you've picked a safer option. Oh God, please, yeah. I guess that's one of the reasons that I didn't like the Johnny Smith trade is because he'd take touches away from Darnell Washington from Pat Freiermuth. But hopefully he's good. Jets also with 17 minutes of possession so far. They've really dominated there. 29 plays, 217 yards. For the Steelers, it's been 20 plays for 145. It's going to be 2nd and 3 here coming out of the 2-minute warning. Steelers working from inside the Jets' 29-yard line. Running back lined up to Rodgers. Right, going to be a handoff to Kenneth Gainwell. Out the middle, he's going to fall forward. Only going to be able to pick up about 1.5 yards here. Just kind of ran into a bit of a brick wall there. And they'll we'll call it 3rd down and 2 is what they'll call it here on the broadcast. So clock going to continue to roll down to about 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in the half. Rodgers out of the gun. You got Gainwell lined up to his right. 3 receivers to the near side. 2 of them are tight ends of Freiermuth and Smith. Rodgers, quick check at the line. Play clock winding down. 5, for receiver in motion to the far side. They do get the snap off. Going to fake the handoff. Going to be a quick out route to Johnny Smith, who's going to do just enough to pick up the first down inside the 25-yard line. It's a quick little 3-yard out route to Johnny Smith will be enough to pick up the Steelers' first down. And I believe Steelers will call timeout here with 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go. Actually, no, it's going to be the Jets, surprisingly. The Jets call timeout with 1 minute and 12 seconds here left to go in the half. So that's a bit of a surprise here, is that the Jets will take their first timeout. So potentially, are they trying to get a chance to do a couple of substitutes? Darnell Washington is not going to be checking into the game here. But a lot of 2 tight end sets. That's the most Jets thing. I mean, it's definitely confusing. But yeah, Steelers using a lot of 2 tight end sets here. I'd want to see, okay, call me crazy, but I'd like to see a little bit more 3 tight end sets. Like, I feel like having Smith, Washington, and Freiermuth with Metcalf on the field would be a kind of crazy physical lineup. Rodgers out of the gun. Going to be 3 potential wide receivers to the far side. Johnny Smith going to be brought in motion to the line. Going to be tossed out to Gainwell to the left. Gainwell almost losing the football there. Is going to get back to the line of scrimmage and is going to recover the ball. I'll make it 2nd down and 10 with 1 minute and 5 seconds. And the Jets going to take their second timeout. I think that's part of why they're taking these timeouts, because of that confidence in their offense and how they've been able to kind of really take apart the Steelers' defense, specifically on the ground, and even with some of these shorter passes, that they think they want to get the ball back before half here and try and put some more points on the board, since the Steelers will get the ball to start the second half. But 19-10, 105 left to go in the half. And Steelers, 2nd down and 10. James Conner touchdown for the Cards. So I believe that should give them a 17-10 lead, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen it pop up here on my broadcast as of just yet, but I believe that then there it is. 28 seconds left in the second, and that's a 17-10 lead as James Conner picks up a receiving touchdown. Rodgers, once again, working out of the gun. Metcalf and Calvin Austin to the near side. Rodgers in the gun, takes a snap, fakes the toss, looking right, gonna be firing deep towards Calvin Austin, who goes over the top of the Jets defender and picks up a 1st and goal down at the 4. That's a great catch from the little man. Down deep in Jets territory, goes over the top of the Jets corner Stevens, and that's gonna be, I believe, down to the 3. So Steelers going up-tempo here, 45 seconds left. Rodgers out of the gun once again, 2 tight ends to the near side. Going to be a handoff to Jalen Warren up the middle. Only going to get back to the line of scrimmage, though, as we chew under 40 down to 37 seconds left to go. I'll make it 2nd down and goal. And the Steelers going to take a timeout here. So we'll take another quick 30-second break. But both Calvin Austin and DK Metcalf have looked very good in this one so far. Again, this Steelers run game, I don't know if it's just, maybe I'm underestimating, because the Jets defense, at least 2 years ago, was very, very good. And I think that the Jets still have a lot of those pieces on the O-line. Obviously, Quinnen Williams, you got a couple of nice pieces on the edge. And so maybe that's just, and especially with a defensively minded head coach coming in with potentially a newer look system that could be. I don't want to make an excuse for the Steelers' offense being, for lack of better words, complete ass in the run. But you got Williams. You got 2 Williams in there, but gonna have to wait and see. But 2nd and goal, Steelers now from the 37. 8 plays, 62-yard drive so far. Rodgers in shotgun, running back to his left. Jonnu Smith in motion is going to be a jet to Jonnu Smith, who's going to look for the edge, and I think he's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonnu Smith on a little bit of a jet touch pass, and that will see the Steelers into the end zone for the quick touchdown drive. And I guess, if it's going to score points, I guess I'll take the Jonnu Smith touchdown. Jonnu Smith Jet. I mean, look, if it's just Jonnu Smith Jet sweeps in the end zone and they keep putting up points, frankly, I don't give a shit who scores them as we go into the end zone. But Arthur Smith's catnip finds his first touchdown in a Steelers uniform. And it's going to make it 19-16 now with 32 seconds left on the clock as the Steelers go 65 yards in 2 minutes and 22 seconds to put a touchdown on the board. Boswell going to get lined up here for the extra point attempt. Snap, hold, kick, up. And it's right down the middle, and it's good. So that'll close the gap back down to 2 points. And it's Steelers 17, Jets 19 as we come towards the end of this first half. That means I need to get another beer. God damn it. I still didn't finish my first one. We are perfect. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Jonnu Smith did things. Thank you, Arthur Smith, even though I really hate that move. All right, now I can go get here. All right, there we go. I'm sorry, I forgot about the Steelers thing of waving a terrible towel anytime something good happens. All right. So we got a nice beer stack starting. Maybe you'll eventually see it by the end of the game, depending on how many touchdowns we score. But I mean, it's good to see the Steelers put up more than 14 points in a half. Again, you're normally with this defense, you'd expect putting up 17 points in a half would leave you with the lead. But you know, ultimately, wasn't that great to finish this beer. And we'll get to pouring another, and of course, have halftime to finish this second one. But yeah, I mean, been fairly good so far, and obviously going to be looking to continue to improve here. As once again, pouring the beer just off screen. Yeah, because we are very ramshackle here. I'm sitting on my couch and enjoying some football. Ultimately, I have my ottoman with my laptop, and that's what we're streaming with. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Halftime, Colts lead Miami up 3 scores. Is it? So it's gonna be. Is it still 17-0 out there, or did they extend that at all to like 20? Obviously, we're at commercial break. Why am I asking? Okay, let's be honest. I'm asking you because I'm lazy and I don't want to pull up the ESPN app on my phone to check myself. I don't see them. Oh, no, it is half. Okay, so they did put up another 3 points, so it's Colts 20. Colts up 20-0. Well, I'm going to take a sec during the halftime break as well to kind of run through halftime stats. We'll run through some of the scores on this one. The first 8 possessions of the game, only 1 punt. But the kick is away. Going to be fielded and returned up the 20, and it's another good-looking hole, at least to start, up over the 30 to the 33. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the fact. But nice 33-yard return. Is that an actual stat where they haven't been up to 3 scores since they won the Super Bowl? I feel like that can't be an actual stat. There's no chance that it's an actual statistic where they've been up. That's been how long it's been since they've been up 3 scores. But Jets now 1st and 10, 27 seconds left in the half. Fields going to drop 4-man rush for the Steelers. Going to be under pressure here. Going to be scrambling around the pocket. Going to escape to his right. Going to fire. Going to find his man. It's not going to be enough for a first down. But Garrett Wilson able to pick up 9 yards down to 19 seconds. I refuse to believe it's real, but the broadcast just said it. So then it might be an actual stat. Because the producers will give those stats. Also, I don't know how we didn't sack Justin Fields there. Great catch by Garrett Wilson. Managing to get both feet down. It will be a pickup of... Actually, I think it is about 8 yards, depending on where the ball was when he actually hit out of bounds. But it's going to be 2nd and 2 from the Jets' 40. Again, 19 seconds left to go, and still 1 timeout available for the Jets. 3 wide receivers to the near side. 4-man rush again for the Steelers. Jets, still good protection. Fields, somehow again, just escapes. Going to scramble to his left, looking, going to end up throwing that ball away. as he had somebody closing on him very rapidly. And there's some shoving after the fact. No, they're not going to call roughing on that. Come on. Cam Hayward has his helmet off and was jawing with, I believe it was Simpson on the Jets. And it's going to be a personal foul on the Jets. So play will count incompletion will count. John Simpson gets called for an unnecessary roughness here, as I believe he took exception to the hit as Justin Fields threw the ball away. It was Jalen Ramsey who laid a little, maybe the hit was, a little bit after the fact. Jalen Ramsey selling it a little bit there. Drawing the penalty a little bit. Metcalf and Hayward and Ramsey getting a nice little celebration to picking that up. But yeah, there's some jawing going on here. So almost have our fourth fight. Yeah, no, move the ball 15 yards back. Thank you. Yeah, so it's going to be moved all the way back to the Jets 26. So with 9 seconds left to go, we may see the Jets try and run this out. We'll see if the Steelers call timeout and try and get something going on special teams. So it'll be 9 seconds left to go in the half. And it's 3rd and 17 now for the Jets. So almost certainly not going to be a shot downfield here, but maybe a chance for Steelers special teams. Fields in shotgun, running back in motion to his left, motion out to trips. Going to be just a handoff up the middle and going to be a nice little run there. Not going to be a pickup of 14 up to the 40. And more pushing and shoving now. The clock will expire. But there's some jawing going on. Garrett Wilson in the middle of it. I believe so was Jalen. I believe it was Garrett Wilson and Jalen Ramsey going at it. Is Wilson also taking some exception to the hit? And yeah, it was, we got two people. We got Garrett Wilson and Jalen Ramsey, and I don't believe that's Conklin. But yeah, Wilson and Ramsey going at it. And they're continuing to jaw here. But that will take us to the half. No flags thrown. But at the half, it's Jets 19, Steelers 17. As I'm not a great lip reader, but Ramsey's certainly unhappy with members of that Jets team. But yeah, 17-19 at the half. Ultimately, Jets 5 possessions. Didn't have to punt at all. Obviously, that final possession not really going anywhere, but that was only with 30 seconds left. And that will take us into halftime. So, brief break here. We'll be sure to take a second as well to take a look at the stats in a minute. I'm surprised that was a fairly quick half as well. About an hour and 27 minutes for 30 minutes of play. I know all the Europeans watching the sport are like, wait, you've been watching this game for an hour and a half, and you've only seen 30 minutes of actual game time? Yes, we have. Fine us or sue us. I don't know. I don't know what to say at that point, but yeah, I don't know. It's a thing, but definitely, that should hopefully add a little bit of fire to the Steelers defense, where hey, you managed to get some nice stops there, even in a scenario where the Jets are going to be a little bit one-faceted, and you definitely gotta focus up in the run game. You have to stop the run in this second half if you want a chance to win this football game. But I guess this does give an opportunity, which we'll go into briefly before I let my voice enjoy a little bit of a break. Is I can go ahead and get us set up. We can take a look at halftime stats. We can take a look at some stats around the league. Colts are 2-12. Giants. Colts are even worse in opening games. I think they're 0-12-1 in their last 13, but don't quote me on that. I believe 2011 may have been their last opening week game that they've won. But anyway, does give us an opportunity to take a look at some halftime stats. So again, we're gonna, one sec, I do have another screen here, and so we'll see how good this looks. Obviously, you see my OBS a little bit. But yeah, I guess taking a quick look. Steelers 17, Jets 19 so far. I think Rodgers doing a nice job, kind of slinging the ball, 11 of 14 for 159, 2 touchdowns, doing pretty good. I sacked twice, which you don't love to see. Fields has also been pretty quietly efficient, 9 of 11 for 134, has evaded a bunch of sacks. And then again, it's that rushing that has been the big difference. The Steelers giving up over 100 yards of rushing in that first half, and that's just not something that's acceptable. You cannot afford to give up this many rushing yards in that first half. They told me Rodgers was he, by the way? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Rodgers was he, by the way? Do you mean like washed? I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. Breece Hall averaging 5 a carry, Justin Fields averaging 5 a carry. A lot of that has to be fixed. Obviously, they're showing a replay right now of that deep ball to Garrett Wilson for the touchdown. But yeah, Steelers only longs of 6 and 7. Yeah, washed. Okay, I figured that's what you meant. I feel like the issue with Rodgers is his mobility going to be an issue with our pass protection, and the issue with Rodgers that I had as well was a little bit more in terms of his personality than him on the field, is kind of what led to some of those issues. Garrett Wilson, though, is the leading receiver so far in this game. 5 grabs for 68 yards and a touchdown. DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin both cracking the 50-yard mark. Breece Hall then at 38 is your top couple of wide receivers. Jonnu Smith has 4 grabs on the day. Pat Freiermuth only with 1. I'd like to see a little bit more balance on that front. Isaac Steelers having a little bit of a problem with ball security early in this one, with Kenneth Gainwell and Caleb Johnson losing the football, but both were recovered by the Steelers, and so ultimately ended up not being a factor, but definitely something that you'd want to see improve in the second half. And then on defense, Deshaun Elliott, leading tackler for the Steelers, making 6. Would rather see that be Patrick Queen taking that step up. Obviously, T.J. Watt has been contained pretty well by Olu Fashanu, the Jets' right tackle, but still has picked up 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a pass breakup. So still has been pretty big impact in this game. Honestly, no interceptions. Kick returns have been pretty a spot of strength for the Jets in this first half as well. Obviously, averaging 32 yards a return, and Caleb Johnson really hasn't done a ton on that front. And Nick Folk and Chris Boswell hitting all of their kicks that counted. Of course, that 19-point score from the Jets comes from that missed 2-point conversion after a missed PAT that picked up a penalty due to a Steelers illegal formation, and obviously only 1 punt from Corliss Waitman. I guess looking at team stats as well, Jets have really dominated time of possession here. They also winning in yardage. Obviously, we went through some of those stats leaders. No first downs from penalties, which has been nice to see. It's been pretty efficient on that front. 12 first downs to the Jets, 9 for the Steelers, 32 to 26 plays, 240 yards to that Jets offense as well is a big difference. But yards per play, still pretty comparable. Would really like to see the defense lower that 7.5 yard average. Again, rushing, the big difference there. Obviously, you had a penalty there at the end of that first half, but otherwise, penalties really a non-factor in Jets. Pretty well dominating time of possession in this one. And on your left, you'll also see a little bit more in terms of what that breakdown is for some of those big team stats. It's looking at some of the other scores across the league as well. Bucks and Falcons tied at 10. Bengals up by 4 over the Browns. Colts, I think it's definitely a surprise that they're beating the Dolphins by this much. Though I do think that I picked the Colts. Pats up 10-7 on the Raiders. Drake May having a solid day. Daniel Jones as well, 17-22 for 197 and a score is good to see. Cardinals up 17-10 on the Saints. Obviously, the game that we're doing commentary on right now. And the Commanders up 14-3 on the Giants. Jags Panthers still under that rain delay. So we'll see when they get that back and going. And we're back. So, but yeah, into the half now. And we'll see. We'll have to see where this half goes. Again, just need to see a little bit better out of the Steelers side. I mean, the offense. I have been reasonably surprised by how our offense has performed, specifically in that air game. The Steelers rushing attack and rushing defense has been horrible so far. And I think obviously I think on the offensive side you had that kind of quick passing attack to compensate a little bit, but I think on the defense, especially not being able to stop that rushing attack has been a big issue. So, and has opened up a couple of passing opportunities. Is this NCAA? Oh shit, NCAA is running back Tony and Ziva. That might be worth a watch. I don't know. Now we're just sitting here watching commercials. It's like this. It's like most people during the Super Bowl, even though it's week 1. All right. But yeah, I mean, not great there. But yeah, I mean, again, would like to see us do a little bit better. I'm actually gonna step away for a quick second. We're actually gonna change this. Okay, you know what? That works. We'll be right back. Ignore my pasty thighs. And we're back. Now we can change it back to halftime. All right. And HD. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I feel like not loads to talk about in that first half, but I'm going to keep yapping for like 2 seconds here anyways. And we'll see how some of that goes. New AP football poll is here. Deshaun Elliott doubtful to return, so that's not great to see. Christian McCaffrey has changed from questionable to healthy, so CMC is playing. Kyler Murray with a 25-yard pass complete to Trey McBride. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown, and I cleared the rest of my sleeper notifications. So I guess I can, let's see. Let's pull up sleeper, see how all my players are doing. Bijan's got 15 points. Jalen Warren has 0.9, which isn't great. Jalen Waddle has 0.9, which isn't great. Muth has 1.6. All right, that's actually really bad. Bryce Young has been awful. 3 of 6 for 16 yards, an interception, and a completion for 3 yards, and a carry for 3 yards. Apologies. That's been terrible. So that hasn't been great. I guess pulling up. Alexis, I know you're in here, so I guess I can give you a run through. I'm currently beating Hitch by 3. Baker Mayfield has 8 points. Garrett Wilson has 17. So I do have Garrett Wilson, so at least there's the benefit there.
of having him at wide receiver. Trey McBride has 10, and then Cam Little of the Jags has 4. So decent there. I did leave Justin Herbert on my bench today, who put up 28. So not great to see there. But hoping to start off 1-0. Jaleel McLaughlin has also changed it out. Where do I have you? I don't know where I have Jaleel McLaughlin. Tyler Warren's put up 11. Evan McPherson's only put up 2. Jalen Waddle hasn't been that good. Chiefs defense wasn't stellar. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that... We'll see. We'll continue to see how some of this continues. I still imagine... Actually, we should be coming out of the half here before too much long. Actually, no, we're about 15 minutes in. So I think we got about at least 5 minutes more of halftime here before we get back going. And we'll see how some of this continues. But, yeah, I mean... Yeah, we got to be... Actually, no, I think we are about to get back underway. But yeah, I mean, they're highlighting as well right now. Like the big difference is that 22 rushing yards to the Steelers and 106 for the New York Jets. But yeah, Jets have done a great job stopping the run, and I feel like Steelers need to really try and establish some of that here. And we'll see how some of that continues. Of course, taking a quick look at Mike Tomlin on the sideline for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I can now get reset and start working on beer number 2. But the kick is away here. Steelers this time, they're actually going to cut to this is like chase cam. Caleb Johnson up the middle, going to bounce to the outside, going to get up to about the 30-yard line before he is taken down. And that's where the Steelers offense will be taking over as we open up the second half. Also, I can change this to 3Q. Nope. Forgot to turn caps lock on. There we go. Third quarter. But, yeah, getting that rolling here into the second half now. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Much better blocking right here as Jalen Warren going to rumble up the middle. He's going to pick up 9 yards on this opening play from first down. So already picking up a bunch of yards there. As Steelers, I think, now can be looking to establish some of their own rushing attack early as doing a much better job and opening up a running route. So good adjustment there as Warren on that rushing attempt as well, doubling his rushing total on the day. He's now up to 18 yards. It'll be second down and 1 here. Rodgers going under center once again, just showing pressure. They'll bring 5, going to be handoff up the middle once again. Warren this time going to be caught in the backfield and taken down. I think it was Roger Jones again it was either Jones or Fatanu maybe getting blown up. There were some tackles really looking out of position there. And it's Quinnen Williams on the tackle. Actually, no, that wasn't. I'm sorry, that was not Roger Jones. I think that was Jonnu Smith, who just was unable to get a block in on the Jets pass rusher. So now it'll be third down, and it's going to be it's going to be closer to 2 yards here. It's going to be a long one. Rodgers going to motion into empty set. Jets showing blitz at the line. Will they bring it? Play clock winding down. Got to get the snap off, and they don't. That's going to be delay a game. You got to be shitting me. Well, so much for any momentum on that first rushing attack. We've now run for nothing, and then we've gotten to delay a game. So it's now going to be third and closer to 7 instead of third and closer to 2. And I'd imagine we're going to see another potential blitz look as Jets once again going to show pressure on the line. 5 men on the line of scrimmage. Got a guy tracking Pat Freiermuth, though, and they will bring 4. Rodgers time in the pocket, going to be throwing, and it's going to fall incomplete as he has to deal with the pressure looking for Kenneth Gainwell. And it's a quick Steelers third 3 and out here to start the second half. It's Carter the second, and I believe Quinnen Williams in there on the pressure. Apologies, that was Jermaine Johnson on the pressure, beating Troy Fatanu on a brief stunt to the inside. Rogers also lit up as he got that ball away. And a quick Steelers 3 and out here. And punt is going to be away from Corliss Waitman. And it's going to be a nice punt here. It's going to be from about the Jets' own 14. With 13:07, we're going to go commercial again as the Jets take back over. So some good adjustments from the Jets there. I mean, again, there's the Steelers shooting ourselves in our own feet, picking up a delay a game on. That should have been a first down there and should have kept driving. But will be Jets now able to take back over. So now what you'd want to see as we start off this second half. But gonna be hoping for an improvement at some point. I guess as well, I can take a quick look at what the next couple of games for the Steelers look like. So got the Seahawks next weekend at noon. Got the Patriots the week after at noon. Then we got one of the Ireland games at 8:30 a.m. Against the Vikings. And we have an early bye week, and then it's Browns, Bengals, Packers, Colts, Chargers, Bengals, Bears, Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Ravens. So far from an easy schedule. Obviously, Vikings Steelers is a morning game towards the end of September, so we'll definitely be able to do that. And then I believe that's going to be a Thursday night game against the Bengals on October 16th. Got a Sunday night football then against Sunday or Monday night against the Packers. Like another primetime game against the Chargers on November the 9th. Part of the midday slate with the Bills at the end of November. Dolphins, another primetime game. Same with the Lions in December. So we'll see how some of that continues. But I think the bigger question right now is, will this Steelers defense find a tune-up in the second half? Try and get back. Hope maybe, we'll see if we can manage to get a turnover forced. But, stopping the run is going to have to be the big thing this half. Because if we fail to stop this run, the rushing attack of the Jets could get out of hand very quickly. So, coming out commercial here, Jets still in front by 2. Again, going to be working from pretty deep in their own territory. I believe this is the first they've started in their own territory so far in this game. And so we'll see exactly what happens here. Fields going to go under center here, bring his tight end in motion to the far side. Going to fake the handoff. Fields rolling to his left, going to be firing, going to be broken up. Is that all? The pass gets broken up at the line of scrimmage. Keanu Benton almost with a diving interception. As it was Cam Hayward who get credited with the pass breakup, and just Keanu Benton unable to survive going to ground with the football there. So close to a huge play for the Steelers defense on the first play from scrimmage. It's now going to be 2nd and 10, 13:02 to go in the third quarter. And Fields out of the pistol, going to bring a receiver in motion. Going to be a run to the left. Hall going to try to break out to the outside, only going to be able to pick up about 2 yards before he is hustled out of bounds. I believe it was Darius Slay, the 1-2 who ended up forcing him out of bounds. But that'll make it 3rd down and 8. So Steelers with so we're going to have to see exactly kind of what goes on here. But I feel like it's been some really nice kind of plays. Actually, they just showed that touchdown to Garrett Wilson. Very nice play design with dual crossers to draw the one high safety, make it a one-on-one, and allow for that touchdown. Fields at the gun, running back to his left receiver in motion to the near side. Fields drops back, look to his left, fires, complete to Garrett Wilson up over the 20, only to about the 23 though, when he's going to be taken down by a horde of Steelers tacklers. And there's some jawing after the fact too, as Jalen Ramsey making sure that he lets Garrett Wilson know how he feels after their scuffle at the end of the first half. But Steelers doing a nice job at making sure, and it is Jalen Ramsey on the tackle, and that'll make it 4th down and 3 here. And I imagine this is the first time we'll see the Jets punting unit out today. And it will be the punting unit out for the first time. And the punt is back and away cleanly. Gonna bounce at about the 40. Gonna be ended up fielded at around the 38-yard line. And there, Connor Hayward just with a really dumb play. That was really dumb, Connor. And so some of this fighting has spilled over. That's a dumb play from Connor Hayward. That was really dumb from Connor Hayward. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty there, as Connor Hayward taking a bit of a cheap shot there. Yeah, that's really dumb. Oh boy. Yeah, that was really dumb. Yeah, that was stupid. So Steelers, instead of taking over from their own 38, will now have to take over from their own 23. Back to commercial here, and definitely good to see the Steelers, fighting with some passion now, as well as get a quick 3-and-out. We'll see what the offense can do, obviously after shooting itself in the foot. But gonna be taken back over after the commercial break. And there's my beer. It's right underneath me. I forgot to put it under the couch after I was worried I was going to spill it after almost celebrating an interception and then being really disappointed that we didn't get it. Good beer. Very smooth. But yeah, not super happy with how this one's gone. But we'll see again, hoping for the offense to focus the hell up here and get a good drive going. We'll see exactly how it goes down. But a lot to do. Whole hell of a lot to do after, again, bit of a cheap shot there from Connor Hayward. As we are now coming back out of the commercial break, let's take a look at, I believe, the New Jersey side of New York City, just across the Hudson. And what is a very nice helicopter shot. Also seeing a whole bunch of fly-throughs. And of course, we'll be getting back underway here. As Jets, 11:27 left in the third quarter. So still plenty of football to play. And so we'll see how this continues. Brief discussion with Mike Tomlin on the sideline. And Mike Tomlin having words here with the officials. Not sure exactly what that's about, but definitely seemed heated. He was kind of, doing the single pointed figure. So one more something is what he was trying to argue. But Steelers now going to have to, again, take over from their own 23-yard line here. And now the referee's discussing something now with Aaron Glenn. And so discussing something with both head coaches. I imagine it's something to keep the cheap shots from going on. I think the rest do understand that this is getting heated. This game's getting pretty heated. But we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, 1st and 10 Steelers now from their own 23-yard line. Again, looking at both head coaches right now. Mike Tomlin in his 312th game as head coach. Aaron Glenn in only his first. Rodgers out of the gun, running back lined up to his left. Jets going to bring pressure. Rodgers going to drop. Going to step up in the pocket. Going to fire over the middle. And almost intercepted as he was looking for Calvin Austin. Carter the second almost coming away with it, but in a similar way, just not quite able to survive the ground. Deshaun Elliott out of the game with a knee injury. Backup running back Nwangwu for the Jets out with a hamstring injury. I believe he was one of their special teamers. So 2 players out here early in the second half for both teams. 2nd and 10 now for the Steelers. It's going to be Gainwell lined up to Rodgers' right, running back, tight end in motion. Going to be handoff to Gainwell. He's going to try to bounce it to the outside. Going to have a nice pickup there. He's going to pick up 5.5, maybe 6 yards to make it a much more manageable 3rd down. So it will be 3rd and 5. It was Sherwood there on the tackle. Joe Flacco finding a touchdown to Cedric Tillman as the Browns take the lead. Where is that ball going, Aaron? What was that? Are you serious? What was that? Why are we giving John Smith 6 targets? Because he was wide open and Rodgers completely missed him. Did we get one for... okay, never mind. We got the Jets for too many men on the field. Good heads up play. Okay, never mind. Good heads up play from Rodgers. Managed to draw too many men on the field penalty. So that will be that will result in a Steelers first down, as that 5 yards will be enough. So it's 1st and 10 Steelers. Rodgers now going under center with Warren, the single back. Motion to the near side. Going to fake the handoff. Rodgers going to set up and get sacked again. It's Brodger Jones. What the hell is Brodger Jones doing? Brodger Jones has been absolutely useless in this game. Brodger Jones has been absolutely useless. Rodgers out of shotgun, now working from his own 25. Going to be a quick pass to the near side. It's going to be complete to Freiermuth, who's going to fall forward and pick up about 7.5 yards. It's going to make it 3rd down and more manageable. Sauce Gardner is a name that I really haven't mentioned so far today. Was in there on the tackle on that one. But even despite that about 7 or 8 yard gain, that's still only going to make it 3rd down and 12 here as we crawl under 10 minutes left to go in the half here. So we got Steelers 3 of 6 on 3rd down today. Average distance is 8 yards. Rodgers having to dump it off again. What are we doing? It's going to be Kenneth Gainwell. He's going to pick up again about half that distance, but it's only going to be good for about 6 or 7. Quinton Williams once again on the tackle. Oh boy. Man, that's going to bring out the Steelers punt unit once again. And yeah, that was Quinton Williams able to get back and wrap up Kenneth Gainwell on a bit of an inside little screen or dump off there. It's going to make it 4th and 6. And the Steelers are going to have to punt here with about 9 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Punt is away. I'm going to be fielded at the 13, up the middle, going to come to the near side, up over the 20, to the 25, to the 30 before he's knocked out of bounds. He's tipped it with a solid return there. So the Jets going to have possession at about their own 34-35 yard line. So again, just this is not the Steelers. Yeah, Broderick Jones has just been Broderick Jones. I think has technically given up all three of these Steelers sacks. He's just been absolutely useless. Broderick Jones has been a turnstile today, and you don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy. I am not happy. But yeah, Broderick Jones has been not good. The Steelers' run game has been really not good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I feel frustrated that Aaron Rodgers hasn't been completely awful. I think Aaron Rodgers he's been fine. Like he's been completing decent passes. We've seen some good heads up plays from him. But you'd want to see a little bit better. But I don't know. Like I say, I don't know how to feel about this guy. Is the issue? Where it's like, yes, he's been decent, but like I don't know. This game is I feel like shown as well why I wanted to have Justin Fields be the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, because that rushing lane that Justin Fields provides helps extend some of those plays where the offensive line will break down. It's another facet to a run game, which, hey, if you're struggling, you can have a couple of rushing attacks where, I think Quinnen Williams has been the big piece to the Jets stopping the run, because he's been good blitzing from the outs. He's been good from the edge. He's been good up the middle. And it's been just shutting it down all over the place. I think the Jets linebacking core has done a really nice job as well when they're kind of called in for a bit more of those blitz packages. But yeah, it just hasn't been all that good. I don't know. Yeah, I can't be satisfied with how this team has played so far. But looking to get back underway. They're looking at we're taking a look quickly at a watch party out in Manchester in the UK, or Manchester. If Alexis is still watching, I'm sure I'm going to get abused for that pronunciation being very Americanized. Jets motioning into an offset eye here. Fields under center. Offset is to the near side. Fields takes snap, running right. It's going to be Breece Hall, who's going to be wrapped up immediately by Alex Smith. That will go for maybe half a yard if the Jets are lucky there. Did Aaron Rodgers just showed up to media day just not in pads? He showed up in like black sweatpants and just the Steelers jersey. Like, I could look better than Aaron Rodgers in that headshot. What the hell is that? But it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Scotty Miller and Aaron Rodgers discussing something on the sidelines, but it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. So Fields in the gun, running back lineup to his left, receiver going in motion to the far side. Going to be a handoff to the right once again. Breece Hall going to cut it back up the middle, and that run going to be good for 5, maybe 6 yards. So again, make it 3rd down and 5 here as Breece Hall, continues to find good chunks in the run game. But 3rd and 5 here. 7:47, 7:46, 7:45 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Breece Hall today. So I feel like Breece Hall, 11 rushes for 55 yards. I feel like it's been more only because he's had a couple of passes. He's got a couple of passes, a couple of checkdowns have been nice chunks. But Fields, empty set here. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Fields takes a snap. 5-man rush for the Steelers. Fields fires over the middle. It's caught. And Rucker going to pick up the 1st down. Oh, my God. And it's just, cannot find the way home. It's good, again, it's just good protection from this Jets offensive line. As Rucker just getting just about enough separation. And that's the 5th play of 10 or more yards so far for this Jets offense. The Steelers only having one, and it was that touchdown to Ben Skoranek in the first quarter to take the lead. 6:45 left to go here in the third quarter. Fields under center, going to be a run handoff to Hall to the left once again. He's going to go up the middle, pick up 10 and more. He's going to pick up about 15 yards on that run. As the Jets offense continues to go to work. Come on, defense. Are you going to wake up here, or are you going to continue to go to sleep? Again, Olu Fashanu that this time has been operating off of that left-hand side. And again, just keeps opening up holes. And again, it's just good blocking. And again, missed first tackle there. Obviously, it's a tough one going for the foot. But Jets into Steelers territory now, working from the Steelers 35. Fields out of the gun, Hall to his left, tight end in motion to the far side. Going to be a handoff up the middle, flag thrown. I believe it's going to be for a false start here on the Jets. And it will be a false start here on the Jets. That false start going to be called on number 16. That's Tyler Johnson getting flagged for the false start. And yep, definitely did get false start. Not by much. And I think potentially heard the count, but it was before the ball was moving. So that'll push it back to the Jets 5 yards, back to the Steelers 40, and they'll make it first down and 15 as we creep under 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Going to be running backs either side of Fields. One in motion now to the near side. It's going to be a handoff to Breece Hall running left now. And again, finds a Breece up over the 30, down to the 25, down all the way to the 22-yard line. And Breece Hall just continues to tear this Steelers defense apart, as this run defense is absolutely abysmal. Just Breece Hall able to get just enough speed to get past TJ Watt, and then it's just wide open running room. And it's, once again, I think that was Darius Slay having to make the tackle at the second level. As, yeah, just good blocking there, able to take Peyton Wilson out of it. And this Steelers run defense has been terrible. 13 rushes for 88 yards so far for Breece Hall. Fields now out of the pistol. Wilson in motion to the far side. Going to be handoff this time running right. And this time, at least, it's going to go nowhere. TJ Watt in there. Patrick Queen on there. Peyton Wilson in there. As was Alex Highsmith. As I believe it was, 4 Steelers. Whoops, sorry. Adjust that real quick. As I believe it was about 4 Steelers combining for that tackle and make it 2nd and 10. But, the rushing defense has been really, really poor today. And that's, 145 rushing yards given up is abysmal. Fields out of the gun here, running back line to his left, 3 wide receivers in the near side. Garrett Wilson now going in motion to the far side. It'll be Jalen Ramsey tracking him up into the slot, and they're going to motion Braylon Allen out a little bit wider. Fields feeling the pressure, stepping up in the pocket, going to throw over the middle, complete 10-5. Garrett Wilson down to the 1 before he's tackled. They're going to mark him down at the 2. And again, this is the thing with Justin Fields that we're missing is he has that mobility where he can step up, he can extend plays that Aaron Rodgers just doesn't have at this point in his career. Fields going to try and sneak it up the middle, and he's in. That's a Jets touchdown. Touchdown, Jets. Jack Sawyer unable to stop him before Fields gets in for the touchdown. Is this what you wanted, Mike Tomlin? Did you? Is this what you wanted? Is us to lose to the New York Jets? 25-17. Current score. PAT, of course, is pending. 6 rushes, 2 passes, 68 yards. This is disgrace. This is getting to the point of being disgraceful. This is getting to be the point where it's as bad as the playoff game against the Ravens last year. Snap, hold, kick. Right down the pipe. And it's 26-17, New York. No, it might as well be 1,296. with how I'm starting to feel about this team.
But 3:46 left to go in the third quarter. And we get unhappy. So, you know. Well, I'm glad I have 2 beers because that's what it's taken me to watch this defense. But yeah, I mean, I'm starting to
lose words for how unhappy I am with this Steelers defense because this Steelers defense has been disgraceful. A lot of respect to this Jets team. They've executed very, very well, and I can't fault them for playing well. But
this is the most expensive defense in the league, and it might as well be a bag of bricks. And I feel like the frustrating part is I feel like I don't know. We've just been stuck in the same exact spot, and I feel like the fact that I'm already getting very frustrated with this team is an absolute warning flag. Because I feel like this team, I guess for a prediction for the season, because I haven't put those out either. Though I think I'm gonna have to do a reaction to this post game just to make sure that I can put it in the past. But I feel like that if this team gets fewer than 11 wins or more than 6 wins, this season is a failure because it just puts us in the same position that we've been for almost the last decade now of not quite good enough. And again, maybe in the fourth quarter we have a different look that makes us look a lot better, but I don't know. Ugh. Taking a look at Fireman Ed. Yeah, I'm not happy with this. Again, we're in a situation where the offense needs to respond. Return up to the 20, up the middle of the 25 to the 30. Going to be tackled at about the 33-yard line. As Caleb Johnson once again on the return. Yeah, the defense has been bad. And we'll see if the offense can find a way to respond. 26-17, 3:41 left to go in the third, and back-to-back punts to open up the second half. And the Jets fans have come to life here. Only 18 yards for the Steelers offense in this second half. Rodgers check at the line. Rodgers under center, going to be a toss running to the left, and it's just going to go nowhere.
What the hell are we doing? There's a flag thrown. Actually, sorry, that was Caleb Johnson seeing his first rushing touch. All right, and we're going to get a late hit out of bounds, so we're going to get bailed out here with a 15-yard penalty. And so that was either late hit or leading with the helmet there. But it's a personal foul on Quincy Williams.
And, fifth penalty today so far for the Jets. But immediately with that penalty, the Steelers have about doubled their offensive total this half, as it went from 18 yards up to 33, if you count the penalties as offensive progression. Would have been a loss of 2. Instead, it's a pickup at 15. The Steelers 45. Rodgers out of the gun. Looking, firing over the middle, and it's dropped again. It's dropped again by DK Metcalf. Sauce Gardner on the coverage. I think he may have gotten a hand to it. We'll see here. Yeah, apologies. It was breaking up by Sauce Gardner. It's a great break up there by the Jets corner. It's going to make it 2nd and 10. 3:19 left to go here in the third. Rodgers out of the shotgun, running back to his right. Motion to the near side. Rodgers takes a snap. 4-man rush for the Jets. Going to be dumped off to the right to Jalen Warren. Up over midfield, down to the 45, down to the 40.
So that'll be a nice pickup of about, I think, 18 yards there for the Steelers running back. There's a nice little pickup there as Warren able to just about squeak free and good enough protection from the Steelers' offensive line to be able to allow that opportunity to open up. So 17 yards and a Steelers first down. Rodgers 14-20 for 188 and 2 scores on the day. Going to go under center here on 1st and 10 with the first play from Jets territory here in this second half. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Warren. Going to try and cut to his left, spin, going to fall forward and pick up 3.5, maybe 4 yards, depending on the spot. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 as Warren getting a little bit of a pickup. Going up-tempo here a little bit for this Steelers offense. Rodgers out of the gun, Warren to his right, 2 receiving targets to either side of his offensive line. Rodgers takes a snap, 4-man rush again for the Jets. Rodgers stepping up, looking, firing over the middle, wide open. It's DK Metcalf down to the 20, down to the 20, 95 to the 20, and going to end up getting knocked out of bounds down at about the 17.5-yard line as we cross under 2 minutes left to go. As Metcalf doing a nice job finding a little bit of a chink in that zone coverage armor and getting a nice stiff arm to pick up that gain as DK Metcalf, showing some of the use out of that contract. Also a nice little clear out from Jalen Warren, taking, I believe, the man whose zone that would have been deep down the field. Metcalf's third grab of the game. He's got 72 receiving yards on the day. Calvin Austin in motion. He'll head back out, though, to the far side. Barge out of the gun with Warren to his left. Once again, 4-man rush is going to be a bit of a zone concept to Warren. He's going to rumble ahead again. Going to pick up another about 3 yards. So Steelers maybe finally starting to find a little bit of rhythm in the run game. Though, of course, that play did just come with Quinion Williams on the sidelines taking a quick breather. But that'll make it 2nd down and 7 now for this Steelers offense. As we approach just a minute left and go, now working from the Jets' 14-yard line. Rodgers, once again, out of the gun. You got 2 receivers to the near side, got 2 tight ends to the far side, and Warren lined up to Rodgers' right. Going to be a handoff up the middle once again to Warren, up over the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. Going to get stood up there, though, and forward progress going to be stopped. It's going to be a pick of a 6. That'll make it 3rd down and 1 here. So it's going to be just short now. And we will still get one more play before the break into the 4th quarter. As Jalen Warren, I think, definitely good to see the Steelers one game start to find a little bit of momentum. And Rodgers, again, keeping that pace up a little bit. Going to, again, go hurry up here on a 3rd and 1. Going to hand off once again going up the middle. And that's going to pick up a Steelers first down to about the 5 before, once again, that forward progress does get stopped. But back-to-back runs there. And Jalen Warren making sure to have words. And again, a bunch of players getting in each other's faces and a bunch of John going on. It was Sherwood and Broderick Jones, John at it. Quite frankly, if you're Broderick Jones, you don't deserve to say a word to anybody with how you've played today. But that will take us to the start of the 4th quarter as Steelers will have 1st and goal from the Jets' 5-yard line. As we go. Oh, wait, nope, hold on, that's the wrong one. What is it, 20, nope, 29, 26? What's the score right now? I forgot which part of the overlay we're doing. What's the score right now? It is 26-17, and quarter text is into the 4th quarter. There we go. But yeah, I gotta say, far from happy with how this has been so far. Is that lighting better? I mean, it's not worse. We'll turn a light on since it's a little bit darker than I think it was at the start of this game. But yeah, I mean, defense needs to show up in the 4th quarter. I think that if we allow the Jets to score any more points, we really start to get in danger of this game becoming a little bit insurmountable. But ultimately, we'll have to wait and see how some of this continues. But yeah, a lot still could happen in this one. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do commentary again next week. I definitely wanted to we'll at least do a reaction. But I know I do have stuff that I need to do next Sunday, so might not be able to do commentary again. There at least will be a reaction video, and we'll play it by ear as we start to figure some of this whole thing out. And yeah, we'll see how some of this continues. I definitely will be streaming the Ireland game against the Minnesota Vikings, but from there, it'll depend. And yeah, I think the game plan is to stream again tomorrow night, so that might be something you're interested in listening to. Definitely feel free to like and subscribe. We'll go ahead and shield real quick as we head into the fourth quarter. I'd play Renegade, but I don't want to get DMCA'd into high hell. I'd actually like to, maybe do something a little bit more regular with this channel, or just, maybe picking out a game or two across a whole bunch of different sports to do commentary on every week. We'll see kind of what happens here. But moving into the fourth quarter, so it's Jets 26, Steelers 17, but Steelers very threatening here from deep in the Jets' red zone. So we will come back here. So we really have to, you have to come away with points here, or else I think that completely kills all the momentum. Rodgers going to fake the handoff, going to throw Jalen Warren into the end zone. Steelers score on the first play of the fourth quarter. It's Jalen Warren with a nice receiving touchdown, and the Steelers cut the deficit to 3, of course, with that extra point pending, as a nice little play design to get Jalen Warren open, kind of flooding everybody to that left-hand side, able to get one-on-one coverage, and Jalen Warren wide open, able to waltz into the end zone. And again, and Aaron Rodgers gets his third passing touchdown of the game. Chris Boswell lined up for the point after attempt. Snap, hold, kick. And again, it's right down the middle. And so that'll make it 24-16. As once again, we have a game going. So 14:57 left to go in the fourth. Steelers able to close it up. So, and that also does move Aaron Rodgers up to 506 career passing touchdowns. Only 2 more now to surpass Brett Favre for 4th all time. Peyton Manning then is 33 ahead from Rodgers' current total, which I don't think he'll hit, but 3 today has been a big result. Of course, you would want to see, from the perspective of a Steelers fan, I would rather see the running game a bit more successful than, necessarily have Rodgers need to throw for 3 touchdowns every week. But if we can walk away with a win, I don't know how much it matters. But again, we need the defense to shape up here. This defense needs to shape up if we want to have a chance at winning this football game. But the kick is away from Boswell to get us back under play. It's going to be fielded at about the goal line. Up the middle, going to be cutting to the far side. Going to be contact at the 20. Ball is loose! The ball is out! Did the Steelers special teams come away with it? They did! Ben Skoranek dives on the fumble, and the Steelers will take over from the Jets' 20-yard line as Ben Skoranek, not only with a touchdown, now picking up a massive play on special teams. As is that Kenneth Gainwell? I believe that's Kenneth Gainwell with the forced fumble. So 2 Steelers offensive players with massive plays here to open the fourth quarter. And the Steelers going to take over as we have our first turnover of the season. And Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers offense going to get right back to work from deep in Jets territory. First turnover by either team today. And that's a huge moment to try and change this play. Yeah, Ben Skoranek ended up diving on it. It was number 14, Kenneth Gainwell, with the punch out. So Steelers offense, I think, kind of continue to bail out this Steelers defense, working from the Jets 22 now. Rodgers under center, going to be a handoff to Jalen Warren's going to cut it back to the right, going to still stay on his feet, going to fall forward, going to pick up about 4 yards there, down into officially the Jets' red zone. So we'll call it 3, maybe 4 yards. And it's also the first Steelers takeaway this season. Of course, he had 33 last year, which was tied for the most. 91 points off of turnovers, though, which is only 6th. But again, that is a huge, huge moment. Rodgers now, under center. Going to move Calvin Austin in motion to the far side. Going to head back. Going to fake the handoff to Warren. Rodgers rolling, throwing on the move. Touchdown! Calvin Austin! Rodgers picks up his 4th of the day. Calvin Austin finds the end zone. And the Steelers, for the first time since the second quarter, will take the lead here. It's now 30-26. And Calvin Austin breaks free. Brilliant little stutter. Nice throw by Rodgers on the move as well. And Calvin Austin this time is the one that gets to waltz into the end zone for the Steelers score. 30-26. Extra point pending. It only takes 2 plays for the Steelers to convert. And that is a huge change. iPad died, my bad. Well, you missed quite a bit. PAT from Boswell is up and good. And just like that, it goes from a 9-point Steelers deficit to a 5-point Steelers advantage. And very quickly, the Steelers taking back control here after that forced fumble on the kickoff return after the Jalen Warren touchdown reception. It's Aaron Rodgers finding Calvin Austin. What's happening? So Steelers had a nice drive down the field, capped off by a pass from Rodgers to Jalen Warren for about 5 yards. And then on the ensuing kickoff return, Kenneth Gainwell was able to force a fumble recovered by Ben Skoranek. So Steelers had a nice little short field advantage. Only had to go 22 yards and ended up being an 18-yard completion from Aaron Rodgers to Calvin Austin. And the Steelers have now taken the lead. So we'll get our first look as we move into the fourth quarter. Because, that was, I believe, that was about 14 Steeler points in about 1 minute and 15 seconds. I'm not sure how quickly that came about. But, that is a huge momentum swing. As now that should hopefully give this Steelers defense a little bit of fire to potentially go after stopping this Jets offense. But definitely good to see special teams show up, especially kind of with how much of a struggle it was in the first half. And I'm getting another beer for that. I owe 2 beers. Look, we can double park. We can double park, but I'm only going single because I still have to do stuff the rest of the day today. It's only 2:27 in the afternoon, so we got some stuff to figure out, but got to finish up this one. But I guess I can give you a run around the rest of the NFL as well, while we have a moment. Reloading the scoreboard. We are just coming out of commercial break. Currently, Bucks 17, Falcons 13, Bucks around midfield. Bengals 17, Browns 16, Browns around midfield. Colts up 30-8 over the Dolphins. Official timeout. Patriots down 17-10 against the Raiders, but Patriots with the ball in midfield. Cardinals up 20-10 on the Saints. Obviously, the Steelers. Commanders up 14-6. Jags up 17-3. On the Carolina Panthers. So quick run around the league there. Boswell, once again, the kick is away, 14:07 left to go in the game. Going to be up over the 20-25, going to be tackled. Going to be spun around, but going to get up over the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And that is where the Jets offense will take back over. Some more pushing and shoving here. But getting back and getting ready to go. As once again, got some nice beer to celebrate some of these good moments. And, of course, I have my Pittsburgh pint glass which is always nice to have. First and 10, 14:01 left to go. Aaron Rodgers, first player with 4 passing touchdowns in consecutive games on different teams. Breece Hall, big run up over the 40, going to pick up a first down, and going to end up picking up about 12 yards. Runs over Juan Thornhill on the way. It's going to be up to the Jets' 45, as it's just offense now trying to get back to work. As Breece Hall gets over 100 yards so far today. So again, not great there. Definitely want to see the Steelers defense start to tighten up a little bit. As Fields, once again, going to go back under center. Breece Hall will remain the single back. Breece Hall, 14 carries for 100 yards. Going to be a tight formation. Tight end in motion to the near side. It's going to make it 3 potential wide receivers to the near side. Fields, quick, brief check at the line. Garrett Wilson now going in motion to the far side. Going to be a handoff running left. TJ Watt is going to trip up Breece Hall in the backfield. And it's going to be a couple of Steelers tacklers able to get home, able to secure that tackle. And Breece Hall going backwards for 4 yards. I don't think TJ Watt will get the credit for that tackle for loss, though he should, as able to get a nice little trip up. Peyton Wilson in there on the stop, as was Keanu Benton on the actual securing of the tackle. So good work there. So that'll make it now second down and 14. Fields out of the gun with Hall lined up to his right. Two wide receivers on the near side, a tight end and a wide receiver to the far side. Jets working from their own 41-yard line. Fields takes a snap, drops, looking, fires over the middle, going to be caught somehow. Fields, once again, just about finding the scene. That's going to be good for about 12 yards. It's to number 83, whose name I'm not quite sure of. But again, another good completion there, just about able to thread the needle. It wasn't as close as I thought. Peyton Wilson on the top actually is going to be a pick up a 13 to make it 3rd and 1. Handoff up to Breece Hall up the middle. That's going to be good enough for a first down as the Jets continue to rock into Steelers territory. That's down to the Steelers' 43-yard line and will result in another Steelers first down and 10. Joey Porter Jr. now they're showing on the sidelines. No apparent injury designation, though it does seem that he's testing his hamstrings a little bit. So that's not good, is to see Joey Porter on the sideline. He's got his helmet off, and he was, again, stretching out looked to be his hamstring a little bit. Fields under center. Going to fake the handoff to Braylon Allen. Going to step up in the pocket. Going to once again fire over the middle. Caught again. He's wide open. It's Taylor that time making the grab, number 85. As again, Fields has been able to find those soft spots in the zone. It's Mason Taylor making that nice pickup. It's going to be the Jets this time with a 2 tight end set. Braylon Allen remains in the game as the running back. Fields so far today, 206 passing yards, 32 rushing yards. And then a passing and a rushing touchdown. So he's been having a very nice day. 1st and 10 now as the Jets continue to drive. Now working from the Steelers, 23. Going to be Fields keeping it this time. He's going to run left. He's going to beat Patrick Queen off the edge. Going to get into the Steelers red zone down to about the 19. We'll call it a pickup of 4. And then make it second down and 6. We'll stop. Clock will continue to roll. 10:36, 10:35, 10:34. Continuing to roll here in the final stanza of play. Actually, they're going to call it second down and 5 here. I think it's going to be a long 5 if that is the case. But red zone offense, Steelers so far, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns when working from the red zone. Jets, 2 touchdowns and a field goal when in the same scenario. We're now working from the Steelers 19. Fields under center. Going to be a handoff to Breece Hall, who's going to just about get away from TJ Watt. Is going to pick up, I think it's about 4 or 5 yards there. That'll make it 3rd down and I think maybe a long 1. It's Daniel Ekuwale ended up being the man who ended up making the stop. But it will be 3rd down and 1 here. Again, 5-point Steelers advantage here now with under 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Jets break in the huddle. Let's see what formation they come out in for this one. I believe it's Fields in the gun, running back lined up to his left now. Going to be handoff. Actually, going to be Fields keeper running left. Going to get a first down. Going to get down inside the 10. Going to end up, but it's going to end up picking up a first down. There is a flag thrown. Flag thrown late. Let's see. Hey, all right. So we got a low block called on the Jets. So if it's a low block called on Garrett Wilson, which is a personal foul. So I believe it's a 15-yard penalty. I believe that makes it 3rd down and 20. We'll see what it is, what's going on here. Wait, what? What? So Jalen Ramsey gets called for a low block. What? Are you serious? How is that a penalty? Are you kidding me? Justin Fields is running that. All right, well, it's going to be 1st and goal, Jets from their 5. Backs either side of Fields. And Jets are going to call timeout here. What is that penalty call? I guess there's the point. All right, one second. Yeah, okay, So Gene Steratore is talking right now. I guess if you're not watching the game, so Jalen Ramsey does go low. He does have his shoulder just above Braylon Allen's knee, who's trying to block. But Jalen Ramsey is attempting to make a tackle, you could argue, on Justin Fields. So I don't understand how that's a low block or a low hit penalty. But I guess it's because the shoulder pad goes around the knee. I think that's a soft call. And Jalen Ramsey has either questions or words with the official on the Steelers sideline, who was the one who ended up making that call. But again, going to be 9:01 left to go in the quarter, coming out of the Jets timeout here. Jets now working from the 5. Single back set's going to be Breece Hall with Fields under center. Tight end in motion near side. Going to be a handoff running left. Breece Hall he's going to be met in the backfield, but he's going to be able to fall forward for about a yard there. I believe it was Highsmith and maybe Yaya Black on the stop there. So it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 4. Jets 172 yards on the ground today. Last year, they're 91.8 yard rushing average, ranked 31st in the NFL. So I'm sure they're already looking to change that factor. You got Breece Hall and Justin Fields and even Braylon Allen backfield. You're going to want to do that. Fields out of shotgun now. Receiver going in motion to the far side. Going to fake the handoff. Fields going to be sacked. It's going to be Alex Highsmith getting home back behind the 10. Going to end up taking him down back at the 12. And for the first time today, the Steelers pass rush finds their way home and takes Justin Fields down. That's going to make it 3rd and goal here as Fields able to beat, I believe that was Olu Fashanu as well, who's been lining up on that side of the field in this second half. Just a nice little inside move. Breece Hall unable to pick it up in time, and Fields nothing to do but go down and take that sack, and that'll be a 7-yard loss. Actually, it's only going to be a 5-yard loss. They're going to mark him down at the 10. Fields now out of shotgun, going to move his tight end in motion to the far side. Running back lined up to his left. Fields takes a snap, dropping back, looking, stepping up in the pocket, scrambling to his right, and he's going to be pumping. Not quite going to make it. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 1. And so they'll make it 4th and goal as Fields reaching for the end zone, just not quite able to get there. As who was that on the stop? As Fields just not quite able to reach out as he got upended by Steelers number 26. Who is that? I believe that might be Brandon Eccles. There is a banged-up Jet on the play. There's also a Steeler down on one knee. It was Brandon Eccles making the touchdown-saving move. And that's Cam Hayward down. No. Cam Hayward is down to a knee. It looks like they're looking at something on his face. Of course, Cam Hayward just recently given a nice little kind of contract. Don't believe it was a contract extension. I believe it was a kind of. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but Cam Hayward is down on a knee here. Is back up to his feet. Again, they were looking towards his face. Yeah, and Cam Hayward making motions toward his face, toward his left eye from the look of things. So we'll see exactly what happens here. And if you're the Jets, I think you've got to go for this here. I feel like you've had a lot of success with the run game. And I imagine we'll see another Justin Fields quarterback sneak here, as we've seen twice on these kind of 1 yard scenarios, or it's third or fourth and gotta have it. But 7 minutes, 12 seconds left to go here in the game. And the Jets offense definitely going to stay out on the field. And this is going to be a big effort for the Steelers here without having Cam Hayward on the field. Of course, Derek Harmon still injured. Fields under center. Heavy set to the near side. And I believe the Steelers here are going to call timeout. And they do. So Steelers going to take a second here, I believe, to readjust. And so we'll see how exactly we come back out. But yeah, I mean, still a lot of questions. Still very, very tight in this one. Margins, again, going to continue to get slimmer here. I feel like if you're the Steelers, you're in a good spot with this 5-point edge. But, really want to see a stop here. You got Malik Harrison. You got Yahya Black. You got Loudermilk. You got Logan Lee. You got Keanu. So it's Keanu Benton and Yahya Black up the middle. You got Isaiah Loudermilk at kind of the left defensive tackle, and you got T.J. Watt on that kind of left edge. Darius Slay checking in. Jalen Ramsey checking in. It's going to be so difficult to stop quarterback sneak with how the Jets have played today. Surprisingly, Fields is going to go under center here. Did have a brief word with Breece Hall in the backfield. Bringing a man in motion to the near side. It's going to be a handoff to the left. No, Fields keeps it. And they sold it, and Fields just keeps it. And is going to waltz into the end zone for the Jets touchdown. And Jets going to go for 2 here. As, just completely sold there. Malik Harrison a bit banged up. And a couple of injuries at the end of that one. As, and that's a great play design. We saw that the little bit of Statue of Liberty, everybody is fooled. And Fields just able to trot into the end zone. And so that will give the Jets the lead in this one. I'm going to change this to 32 as the Jets, attempt to go for 2 here. Try and go up 3 points with just about 7 minutes remaining. Second rushing touchdown so far today for Justin Fields. So Fields could be a good pickup in fantasy if today is anything to go off of, because this Jets rushing attack could be very, very deadly. But again, second 2-point attempt of the day here for the New York Jets. 76 may be Olu Fashanu. I'm not 100% sure. But Fields in the gun. Hall going to be sent in motion out to the right. And are we going to get another timeout? We're going to get another timeout here from the Jets. So Jets running their second timeout here. I feel like I should probably figure out something to do with timeouts. But definitely not a great moment for the Jets to have to call timeout. It's been very well matched. Obviously, again, if you're the Steelers, you want to, this defensive performance has not been to the standard you want to expect. But the Jets have looked very good. I mean, you can't fault the Jets for how they've played. They've done exactly what they needed to do. Cam Hayward as well, checking back into the game here as he's now back on the field. Going to be lining up as the kind of near side defensive end. That is going to be that 6'2" Fields. Quick check at the line. Out of the gun here. Receiver in motion to the far side. Fields Stepping back, looking, firing toward his right. Going to be broken up. As great work there. It's going to be Darius Slay breaking up that 2-point conversion attempt. And so the Jets only going to continue to hold a 1-point edge here with 7:01 left to go in the game. But it's the Jets' touchdown that gives them the lead here. So only a 1-point lead. And again, Darius Slay with a nice play to knock that ball away into triple coverage there, I believe, looking for Garrett Wilson at that 2-point conversion attempt. And once again, we'll go to what I imagine could be the final commercial break of this game. We'll see how the rest of this plays out, though. But yeah, I mean, again, you want to see this team continue to improve, but again, the defense just hasn't been up to scuff. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't know. Don't know really how to feel about it. It's gonna be a lot to go, but I don't know. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting allergic to the Steelers bullshit. But definitely a big moment here for the Steelers offense. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a big moment here. I think, it is very much I feel like you're very much in a point now where, yes, there's a lot of time left on the clock, but you basically got to have a touchdown with how good this Jets rushing attack has been. Yeah, not a big fan. Not a big fan. Definitely would like to see a lot better. I don't know why I'm speaking an accent now, but it's vaguely Eastern European, and I don't know why. I forgot how long these are and how quickly I lose my mind. Like, I think that, doing 50%, doing commentary of like a 50% distance, like online F1 session is a lot. And then I do these where we've been live for, almost 3 hours. And it's just, I definitely very quickly lose my goddamn mind. Like, it very quickly, sanity very quickly ebbs away as these continue. But we are coming out of commercial here. We are lined up and ready to kick it back off. So we'll see kind of what happens here. Again, you need the offense to go big again. The kick is away. And it will be returned this time by Kenneth Gainwell of the middle, 25, 30, 35, still on his feet, but is going to be stacked up at, I believe, the 36-yard line. So good return from Kenneth Gainwell starts to set up this Steelers offense. It is good to see, though, J.J. Watt and Eagle on the call. And both are standing up, which is good to see. I imagine that they do set that up so that way these guys can stand up. Actually, you know what? We're going to join them. Where's my beard? We're gonna stand up. We're going to follow J.J. Watt and Eagle's lead. And we're going to stand up back here, at least for this drive, to see what happens. But Rodgers going under center. Smith and Austin in motion to the far side. Metcalf still on the near side. Rodgers takes snap, takes the handoff. Jets bringing pressure. Going to be dumped off to Gainwell. He's going to be stacked up at the 30. That's going to be a loss of 7. Should have really just been thrown into the dirt as the Jets brought blitz there on first down at Sherwood on a huge tackle for loss. Yeah, Sherwood just able to shed that block. Jets brought the house on that one and just find their way home. And Steelers now have a lot to do here. Colts are about to wrap it up against the Dolphins 33-8. Still 6:15 left to go in this game, though. Rodgers quick check at the line. Second down, and actually it's going to be 15 here, so a pretty generous spot. Jets bringing blitz once again. Rodgers going to throw it away and almost intercepted through the hands of Stevens. And again, it's just immediate pressure off of that. I think it's off that left-hand side. I think it's been Will Anderson this entire game where Broderick Jones has been completely useless.
I mean, even Troy Fatanu there was giving up a big pressure. But Broderick Jones has been an absolute turnstile. Like, it's been bad. So 3rd and 15 here. Jets showing pressure. Are they going to bring it again? They will. They'll bring 5. Rodgers has to step up in the pocket, and he gets sacked. Quincy Williams. That was awful. What? Like, he's basically unblocked. Punt is away. And now it's on the Steelers defense. And it's going to be fielded back at the Steeler 35, with where the man will run out of bounds. There is a flag behind the play, though. And Steelers defenders motioning towards the Jets. With 5:21 left, and that is awful. The Jets' offense is not like almost 400 yards of offense for the Jets. There is an illegal block in the back against the Jets, so it will be a 10-yard penalty. So I believe it'll be from the Steelers' 25 instead of 35. It's Quantez Stiggers able to pick it up, but yeah, 31-point game, and Steelers defense has to show up now because I think anything more than a Jets field goal pretty much puts this game on ice. I'm sitting back down because standing up made the offense fuel. Actually, no, I will stay standing up because hopefully it means that the defense is good. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. At this point, it's just hope. 5:21 left to go in the fourth. Washington also now up 21 as Deebo Samuel picks up a rushing touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 25. And again, they're going to reset the play clock here. They're going to slide him over to the far hash. But yeah, 5:21. Tampa Bay up 4, Vegas up 10 as well for some other scores around the league. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Fields in the shotgun. Hall went to his right, tight end in motion to the near side. Fields drops. Steelers bringing pressure. And once again, he's just wide open. Josh Reynolds. I'll pick up, we'll call it 4 there. It'll be 2nd and 6. It's Brandon Eccles on the stop. Carolina and Jacksonville also just hitting halftime after that weather delay. As we cross under 5 minutes. Fields over 200 yards today. Gonna go under center here. It's Breece Hall in the backfield as the single back. Gonna motion into the I formation. Receiver in motion, still gonna stay on the far side. Handoff up the middle, gonna be tackled though for only a gain of 2. It's Cam Hayward doing a nice job making that stop. But yeah, Jets rushing offense today. 37 carries for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns. That is abysmal from this Steelers defense. That is absolutely terrible from this Steelers defense. 3rd down and 3, and it's got to have a stop here. This first down or a lack of one could be massive from their own 28-yard line. Steelers showing blitz. They're going to bring it. Fields still with the ball, taken down in the backfield, and the Steelers defense stands strong. It's Juwan Thornhill was in there. I believe Brandon Eccles was in there. Chuck Clark, they're showing on the broadcast. And the Steelers defense able to force a loss of 1. Highsmith in there as well. It was Chuck Clark who will end up getting the tackle for loss after Highsmith was able to sniff out the option play on Chuck Clark for making his name known. And that'll make it 4th down and 5 and bring up the Jets punting unit with about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this game.
Steelers return man, standing back. Steelers showing punt block. They'll get some pressure to it, but not quite going to be able to get home. McNamara gets away, going to be fielded inside the 20, down at the 18. Hey! Calvin Austin able to field it. He will grab it at the 18, but McNamara with a big boom. And Steelers got it with it all to do now. But yeah, Steelers offense has to get back to work, and this will be for the game. And you got to come back out and get something going. Got a chance here to go and win it. One sec, hold on, Alexis, I just missed it. Penix just fumbled at the goal line on 4th down, recovered by Tampa. Damn. But yeah, got a big moment for the game now. And now it'll be Kenneth Gainwell in the game. He's going to be lined up in the shotgun to Rodgers' left. Again, 3:13 left in the game. The Jets hold on to a 1-point lead here. 3 potential receivers to the near side. Rodgers going to motion out into an empty set. Quick check at the line. Again, working from their own 19. Jets bringing 5. Rodgers over the middle, complete to Pat Freiermuth. That'll be good for a 9-yard pickup. Actually, it looks like they'll give him the first down here. Very tight coverage, but Rodgers putting it in a great spot for Freiermuth. That'll make it and that will actually make it 2nd down and 1. I was looking at the ref on the far side. It'll be actually 2nd down and about 2 feet there, so about 2/3 of a yard. Because I know Alexis is here and he doesn't understand what yards are. Rodgers takes the snap, looking left, looking right, firing, looking for Calvin Austin. That's a flag. Thank you. That's interference on the Jets, as I believe that's going to be called on Simmons, the New York corner, as Rodgers looking for that fade route to Calvin Austin, able to draw that pass interference. That is a huge play, as that'll put the Steelers deep in Jets territory. That'll take them all the way down to, I believe the Jets, I don't know exactly what it is, but that's a big moment there. As, yeah, just the hook of the arm there is what drew it. And it will be a spot foul, so that's going to be about a 25-yard pickup. So 2:42 left to go in the 4th quarter now. And the Jets, remember, only have 1 timeout remaining after on their most recent touchdown drive having to burn 2, as they burned 1 from about 5 yards out and had to burn another before the 2-point conversion. Rodgers, Kenneth Gainwell going to be put in motion, going to come back to Rodgers' right. 3 potential receivers to the far side. Rodgers looking right, firing over the middle. Did somebody come? Holy shit, how did Metcalf come? Okay, so this is going to be hard. So Metcalf bobbles it. I think it bounces off of Jonnu Smith, who also bobbles it. And Metcalf, lying on the ground, is able to come away with that. And yeah, bounces off of Metcalf, bounces off of Jonnu Smith, and somehow it just falls right into DK Metcalf's breadbasket. Rodgers takes a snap. Quick pass out to the right. Calvin Austin going to get up over the 40 and get tackled there. It's only going to be a gain of 1. But that, again, I mean, I don't know how we came away with that, but we'll take it, and that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning here. As the Steelers now looking to drive. That is an insane first down. As the Steelers giving themselves an opportunity, certainly fall far from over as when we come back from the 2-minute break. It will be 2nd down and 9. But definitely, I mean, it's good to see. I'm glad that I'm here for this game, because otherwise my hurry would be a lot higher. Oh, God. I mean, yeah, I don't know how that happened, but we'll probably see that on top 10 tomorrow morning. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know how that worked, but it did. I guess we're going to decompress a little bit. We're going to take a look at other scores around the league. Bengals up 1 on the Browns with 30 seconds left. Cardinals 20, Saints 13, but Arizona with a shot to tie it. Commanders 21, Giants 6, Bucks 17, Falcons 13, but 3rd and goal from the Tampa 4. Raiders still up 10 on the Patriots, so that game pretty much looks to be on but over. Jags up 17 on the Panthers, and the one final so far, Colts 33, Dolphins 8. Good Lord. Let's see, did we get any? We got Daniel Jones. Yes, Daniel Jones 22 of 229 for 272, and I think 2 rushing touchdowns. So Daniel Jones having a hell of a day. But, yeah. All right, so heart rate's a little bit elevated. I think the good thing for the Steelers right now is that we do have Chris Boswell. Shit, something in my eye. We do have Chris Boswell as an option that we can trust as long as it's not in Vegas, because that field goal attempt still haunts me. It's still not a gimme from any point as of right now, and you really here's a first down would be incredibly huge here. We're seeing a bunch of towels. We're gonna wave it for this 2nd down and 9. Come on, let's go. Play Renegade. I don't care if it's in East Rutherford. Play Renegade. 2 minutes to go. Steelers working from the Jets 40. Rodgers going to line up in the shotgun. Running back lined up to his right. It's going to be 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side. Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth are among them. It is going to be a 2 tight end set. Again, 2nd and 9. Gainwell going to go in motion. Still remain to Rodgers' left in the backfield. Rodgers takes a snap. Drops. Quick pass out to the right. Jonnu Smith is going to go nowhere. He's going to lose about 3 yards. Jets sniff it out immediately. So it's going to be 3rd and long. It's just, sniffed out immediately. And it's a huge 3rd down here for the Steelers. Looking at Boswell on the sideline. It is going to be 3rd and 11, so it's going to be a loss of 2. You've seen this before if you've seen any shorts. We're working from the Jets 43. Rodgers in the shotgun. It's going to be Warren lined up to his left. It's going to be a timeout. Steelers here. They're looking for the hard count, trying to pick up a free 5 yards. And Steelers will take their first timeout with 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go here in the game. We'll see what the result of Saints and Cardinals is, as Saints are going to have a shot here with about 6 seconds left. Bengals, Browns, 8 seconds left to go in that one. Bucks, Falcons separated by 4 with 2:28 left to go. And Raiders up on the Pats with 35 seconds up. They're up by 10. Again, a huge 3rd down here. I mean, it's either going to be a quick pass or a run up the middle, but it's still going to be a big ask from Boswell, no matter what the result of this play is. And with the Jets as well, they're going to call timeout immediately, no matter what happens, unless the clock is stopped. But we got a big play here. All the fans on their feet. 3 wide receivers to the far side, running back lined up to Rodgers' right in the gun. 3rd and 11, working from the Jets' 43-yard line. Rodgers takes a snap. Steelers will throw. Rodgers looking down the left-hand side. He was in there early. Are you serious? He was all over him. He's got his left arm. Come on. He's holding his left arm. Are you serious? All right, Boswell, 1:08 left to go. And it's going to be a 60-yard attempt from Boswell. He's been good from 56. It's going to be 60 yards just off the right hash. Kick is up. Kick is up. Kick is good. Let's go. Boswell, good from 60, absolutely drills it. And the Steelers take a 2-point lead. No doubt about it. The Wizard of Boz hits again. Right down the middle, right over the base. That might have been good from 70 like we saw from Cam Little of the Jags. during the preseason. And once again, it comes down to can the Steelers defense hold out? And so now, the question is going to be, what can the Justin Fields and this Jets offense do? 1 minute and 3 seconds left, and it's only a 2-point game. So still not over. Still far from over. And it's the 7th lead change so far today. Will we see an 8th? I certainly hope not, but the kick from Boswell is away, and it will be returned from the goal line. 5, 10, 15 up the middle, 20, going to cut to the far side, 20, 25, going to be up over the 30, stiff arm, but taken down at the 31. That's Chuck Clark making a nice stop. And it'll be 56 seconds left to go as Justin Fields and the Jets offense goes back out on the field. And so, you know what? It's a dumb thought. But hey, when I stood up, there were some nice defensive stops. So we need some here in this final minute of play in the opening week of this NFL season. Jets got that red marker out at the 38-yard line is where their field goal mark is. Fields in the gun, running back lined up to his right. Fields drops, 4-man rush for the Steelers. Fields feeling the pressure, up over the middle, caught. Going to be just down the middle, only going to pick up a 6 though. So Jets going to have to go up tempo here as clock will continue to roll. Up to the 37.5-yard line. Jets having to get reset. 440 seconds left to play. Fields in the gun. Takes a snap. Drops back. Steelers bringing pressure. Fields looking, escaping to his left. Pointing, directing traffic, firing. Broken up by Jalen Ramsey with a great break up there on 2nd and 3. That would put the Jets deep into Steelers territory. And 30 seconds left to go. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. As that's a great play there. That would have been complete down to the Steelers' 48-yard line. So 3rd down and 3, 30 seconds left to go in regulation. Distance to the field goal target line is 20 yards as of right now, and that's still not a gimme. Nick Folk, of course, missed a PAT earlier today. Fields in the gun, receiver in motion. Fields takes snap. Steelers showing blitz once again. Fields gonna be put under pressure. He's gonna throw it away. But again, more pressure there. Breece Hall was in the area as a bit of a check down. So Fields able to throw it away, not able to lose yardage. But Patrick Queen firing through would have gotten the sack. Heck, had Fields not had that option. And that now brings up 4th down and 3, 25 seconds left to go. So game on the line here. And it's 4th and 3, so still a lot of things that could happen here. We're actually setting down the beer because I need to put my hands on my knees because it's stressful. Wide receiver in motion to the far side. It's going to be 3 wide receivers to the far side. Running back to Fields is left. He's going to drop back to pass. 4-man rush for the Steelers. Fields looking, forward, firing, complete. Garrett Wilson. Jalen Ramsey knocks it away, and the Steelers will win this game. Jalen Ramsey able to get the breakup, and that will be the game. Goes in, Garrett Wilson unable to hold on to the football. And the Steelers, quite frankly, will escape East Rutherford with a game that they did not deserve to win. Ramsey with a great tackle there to knock that ball away. And the Steelers will advance to 1-0. What a play from Ramsey. It looked like Fields might be able to rush for the first there. And just Ramsey lowering the boom. And that's a great hit. And it's going to be the Steelers. What a play from Jalen Ramsey. I thought that was a first down for the Jets. And you can probably see the point where it changes where you can see Ramsey absolutely lower the hammer on that one. But 18 seconds left. They're going to put Ramsey on the field in victory formation. And Rodgers will kneel it down, and that will be your final. The Steelers will walk out of East Rutherford at 1-0. Aaron Rodgers with a great performance. And Steelers 34-32 is your final. Rodgers 4 touchdowns on the day. Boswell ended up being the MVP with a 60-yard bomb. Fields as well, playing great. I mean, a ton of respect to this Jets team. I think this is going to be a fun team to watch, is the New York Jets. But that will be your final. I mean, I think if you're a Jets fan, you're very proud of how this game's gone. I think, and from a Steelers perspective as well, I think it's a good win. Again, your defense didn't play the best game they could have, and the offense still, was able to ball out. Justin Fields, of course, being embraced by a whole bunch of people on the sideline. But yeah, luckily, no moral victories needed. We will walk out of this game at 1-0. Oh, thank God. I can make a somewhat positive reaction video. Yes! Thank God. Oh. I think my prediction at the start was 24-20. So a little bit more than that. But yeah, I expected a bit more of a defensive showing. But yeah, just enough. Was able to get just enough to get a win. Big plays from Kenneth Gainwell as well. That forced fumble on the kickoff was massive. So definitely a big one there. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. But yeah, Jalen Ramsey showing up big late. But yeah, crazy game. Rodgers ending 22 of 30 for 244 and 4 touchdowns. But, again, special teams. I think special teams really have proven the difference today because the defense just wasn't able to quite show up as much as you would have liked. And, again, being able to go into next week at 1-0 is a great place to be. But I should probably, here's the thing. I'm gonna chill out here. We'll see if any other games pop up, and we'll go ahead and finish doing some commentary on those. And of course, I do got a break. Go ahead and get a bit of a reaction video going, just since I do want to get that up. But again, just big result. Of course, they're talking to Rodgers right now as well. I think Steelers social media talking to Chris Boswell. I think, seeing Aaron Rodgers be, I think outside of the multiple sacks and Broderick Jones being a turnstile all game, was very comfortable. I think that seeing the receiving options have a nice day as well is a very good sign. Obviously, you got Ben Skoranek in there. Calvin Austin looked really good. DK Metcalf looked really good as well. So that was very nice to see. Obviously, the run game needs to improve, so a whole bunch of changes needed. But that will just about do it. But hopefully you enjoyed that. Again, 34-32 is the final score here in East Rutherford as the Steelers will scrape out a win and will move on to Week 2 next week, who I looked at this earlier, and I've already forgotten who our next opponent is. Steelers' opponent is the Seahawks next week. So DK Metcalf, we'll see if he gets his get back as we head out to Seattle next Sunday. But hopefully you did enjoy that. Definitely be sure to keep an eye out for that reaction video coming up in just a little bit of time. And until tomorrow for another live stream, if you want to tune in for that tomorrow night for some Monday Night Football. Hopefully you enjoy it. I will see you later. Have a good one.